our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai spent precious time to share her love and wisdom answering some questions that members had on various topics. Today, we are blessed to present the insightful conference entitled "The United Spirit of the Ukrainian People Shines Before the World," Part 1 of 12, on Between Master and Disciples, held in English.
Làng tôi không xa kinh kỳ sang chói, có những cánh đồng cát dài, có lũy tre còm ta tới.
Hello, Master.
Hello, Master.
Hello. I expect that you have some good news to tell me.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master, we do.
Oh, by the way, there are some medicine for the eyes. When you work too long on the computer,
Yes.
Yes, Master.
it's helpless for me. I have all kinds of medicines. My eyes are too sensitive because of staring at the light all the time.
Yes, Master.
The thing has light by itself. The monitor and the computer, they all have it.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, even though it's less, it's screen out a little bit. But if I screen too much, I cannot see the word and the color and the quality.
Oh.
If I don't screen, then it hurts too much. I put medicine and all that. Well, of course, I don't do it as diligently as I should, but I forget
Oh, yes, Master.
to keep working and forget. Maybe you should put like eye freshener or something right next to your computer, okay?
Oh, yes, Master.
I'm going to do it now, so maybe it will help.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
We are not getting any younger,
Oh, yes.
and stress and all that doesn't help. There are some eye drops and all that from the eye specialist. They also advised me to eat 10 pieces of goji berry.
Oh.
Every day he cooks them and put them in the deep freeze, and every day he take out 10. I don't know how he counts so very, very precisely. He must have good eyes. He says it's for good eyes
Yes,
because of that, and also he eats kiwi.
Oh.
There are many ways to take care of your eyes.
Oh, yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
You all have these screens in front of your computer,
Yes,
Master.
and if it's not enough, wear the screening glasses as well for that.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I have it double. It still hurts.
Oh.
Yeah. And I need to wear a hat often to cover the light on top of my head also. But I don't always have choice. If I keep moving, sometimes I have only a table lamp.
Oh, yes, Master.
And if I have on top of my head, mostly you don't sit right underneath, so it will be like one side and you will see the light. I guess my eyes have been sensitive for over decades of staring at these spotlights.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Etc. And I'm getting younger, you know that. That's why, right? Okay?
Yes.
Young and pretty, huh?
Yes, sure.
Always.
You hope. No, I don't look much different from the last time you saw my image on screen. You know, last time it was some months ago, last year, yeah?
Oh, yes, Master.
Yes,
I look similar like that, just a little bit more gray hair maybe. I didn't count lately.
Oh.
And also a couple more wrinkles, I guess. I also did not count. Lately, no. No time. Oh, I really feel sorry that you have to work so hard, sometimes more than necessary. But every couple of hours, please get out into the green, okay?
Okay, Master.
Yes, Master.
Look at trees and all that, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, and grass or bushes. There's plenty around you, are they not?
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
Thank God, eh?
Yes.
Yes,
Maybe
nice.
that's why we should live in the forest, huh? We are jungle folks, huh? We are jungle fighters. Jungle peaceful fighters. Yeah. We fight for justice,
Right.
Right, Master.
for peace and kindness. Yeah, among humans and among humans and animal people. We don't fight with any weapons except Supreme Master television.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yes,
right.
Master.
Sometimes we have some sharp words, my sharp words, but Some people, they don't listen to sweet words.
Oh, correct, Master.
Some people, need to listen to their language. I have to talk their language.
Yes,
Understand,
Master.
Master.
That's what it is. Like in Vietnam we say, đi với bụt mặc áo cà sa, đi với hoa mặc áo giấy. Meaning, if you go with the Buddha, you wear the chasa, the monk's robe,
Yes,
Oh,
Master.
yes.
the monk's outer cloak.
Yes.
And if you go with the ghost, then you wear paper clothes.
Ah.
Yeah, because in Vietnam, when they make offering to the deceased or some ghosts, they burn these paper clothes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I don't think they want to burn the real clothes. It's too expensive, maybe. Or it won't burn properly.
Yes,
Yeah.
Master.
Like nowadays, most of the clothes, they mix it synthetic or nylon or something.
Yes.
And if you burn it, it's a bad smell and it will clump together into one plastic ball or something.
Yes.
Yes, right.
It's sticky or it sticks to the environment or to your hands or whatever you use.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Master.
So paper clothes, it's a good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we should also order some of these. We work at night like ghosts, and we wake up so early in the morning.
Yes, we do.
like ghosts also. Before sunrise, meditate or whatever you do. And nothing snoring, I don't know what you're doing. Don't worry, join the club. I'm not criticizing, okay? I also do that sometimes. When the body is too exhausted, the soul just leaves.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Master.
Yeah, to recover, or you go sightseeing somewhere. Yeah. Who wants a body that keeps yawning or action and pain, drooping on the floor or whatever, when you're sitting? Lucky you sit on the floor, eh? If you sit higher, I'll be worried every day. Because for my floor. If you fall down from the high chair, the floor might have a dent. Yeah.
Yes, Master.
But if you sit on the floor will be,
Safe.
safer. Yeah, it's true. You know everything. So, I'm not worried about you, I'm worried about the floor. So you should sit on the floor, okay?
Yes, sure.
Yes, Master.
From ancient times up to now, people sit on the floor anyway. I think because the masters know everything. They know that if they sit on high, there will be problem. You see what I'm saying, huh?
Yes, Master.
Masters, they know everything.
Yes.
How do they know? I think experience makes the master,
Yeah.
They have also gone through our stage of development.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And you eat enough food, good food?
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Yes, Master.
Those Westerners, you okay?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
All of you, truly?
Yes, we are.
Yes, Master.
You sure?
Yes,
Yes,
we are very good,
Master.
Master.
Okay, even I am not a Westerner, but I meet those Western foods. Not all the time, but sometimes. I've been spoiled. I've been all over the world and ate all kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes the mind complains. I don't complain, the mind complains. Yeah. So I told it, shut up and eat. Yeah, better than nothing.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
But they cook good for you?
They do,
Yes.
Master.
Yes, Master.
They cook you well? Okay, very good. If I'm not in this situation, retreating and busy like that, I would love to cook. I used to invite people in my old kitchen,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
and sometimes the chef cooks, sometimes I cook. I invite the laborers in my community, mostly, and also other disciples, and also sometimes outsiders. Before, I used to do that, and I enjoy it. I enjoy feeding people. Now I cannot do anything. Sometimes my mind complains, and I told you. He said to me, look at you. Huh? What has become of you? Before, you have many chefs cooking different types of dishes every day for you. And you used to eat in a happy company. And now you eat alone in a hurry. eat on the floor or eat on the crumb table or corner, and it's not the food that you want. Before you could order any food you want because you had different chefs, different talent, different nationalities. They cook different kind of dishes, yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, you went around the world in different countries. They welcome you with all different delicacies, yummy food. And now look at you. What are you doing? Sometimes you forget to take a spoon or even chopsticks. You eat with your fingers. Oh, so I told him to shut up. The Indians, they all eat like that. And they grow so big and healthy, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
So what's wrong with eating with fingers, huh? You can be very spoiled.
Yes,
Yes.
If you're used to something, then you become attached to it, yeah?
Right.
Even one time I fed the squirrel people.
Yes, Master.
And normally it's simple because I didn't have a lot of time to do anything else. Also, I thought they live simply.
Yes, Master.
Only they eat like nuts or grain and fruits.
Yes.
Yes.
So I give them bread. I don't have nuts. I give bread like wholemeal bread. I thought it's also kind of nuts.
Yeah.
It's cereal and nutritious and also fruits. Oh, simple.
Yes.
Master.
Simple, easy for me in a busy day, a busy time. But sometimes I don't have bread, so I mix some leftover rice and then with the leftover vegetables, fruit and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I mix just the rice and not too salty for them.
Yes.
And protein and all that. And then, oh, they love it.
Oh.
The next day, I don't have time. Of course, I go back to normal diet, bread and banana. And they don't eat.
Oh.
Yeah, I fed them a few days, just a few days with the rice stuff. Cooked food, I warm it up, I gave it to them, and they ate it more. The next day, the bread was left there, just the banana was gone. And then they came the next day again, they singing song, I love you, we love you. I said, truly, is that, why today? Then I was enlightened. I think they wanted this cooked food. Oh man, talking about being addicted, nah? So quickly, huh?
Yes, Master.
So I did not give any cooked food. I said, sorry, I truly don't have a lot of time. And today there's not much left, okay? And so you eat the bread when you're hungry. And if you don't eat it, then you don't eat it. Yeah, I gave fruits, of course, also. Different types, whatever I have.
Nằm mơ thấy trăm họ tốt tươi, mơ thấy bên lề.
Oh man, imagine that. Squirrel people, huh? Eating human food and then loving it to bit. Not even one grain of rice left over there.
Wow.
Yeah. But they are also very considerate. One time it was raining and I was worried the bread will be soaked with water, yeah?
Yes.
It wouldn't taste good and it will be mushy. So I put up an umbrella on top of the food area. They did not eat at all.
Oh.
I thought, oh, did you move? It's not springtime. You moved already? They told me, no, we don't want you to work too hard. I said, no, if you don't eat, then it makes me work harder. Because I worry. Maybe I have to change the food or something. So they came back and ate everything. After I removed the umbrella.
Oh.
I said, okay, as you wish, you can eat the congee of bread. You know, soak in rainwater if you want. Yeah. I have no desire to give you such soap food. But I guess umbrella looks also scary. Very big, you know?
Ah, yes.
And blue.
Right.
Yeah, and covers the branches of the trees where they used to climb there to get the food, yeah?
Oh, yes, Master.
Maybe they got scared or some trap or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
It's good that they get scared. It's healthy.
Right.
Yeah, you never know. Humans are not all kind and loving, yeah?
Yes, true,
Yes.
sir.
Oh, mostly I just feed them in winter.
Oh.
And I don't feed them too much. Like one squirrel person, they take 3 slices of toast, wholemeal toast, and 2 banana or many different mixed fruits.
Yes.
I put it on the leaf
Oh.
Leaves, you know, the falling big leaves around.
Yes.
Put on it. It looks very natural.
Oh.
Wow.
And put on the tree. Yeah. On the tree, and sometimes they have like many branches together.
Uh-huh.
And it can hold food.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes I squeeze the banana on some tree, small tree.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
wow.
It looks natural, so they think they came and harvested it from the tree.
Oh, yes.
But
Nice.
the cooked rice, fruit and vegetable and protein, that is not a harvest. Originally, I worry that maybe they won't eat it because it's not natural for them.
Yes.
Right, Master.
But lo and behold, wow, they wanted more. I said, I'm not going to spoil you. You must eat a variety of food, okay?
Yeah.
And I won't give you a lot all day, so you can go out and get some vegetable, fresh leaves and berries and whatever for your upkeep. It's better, better than just eating the bread and banana all the time or other fruit.
Yes, Master.
But oh man, I left them some mixed fruit. They ate all the fruit into the bread, and they even took it to another tree and put it under there, so I wouldn't see it. I thought they ate it. I thought, okay, that's good. But they hid it under another tree,
Ah.
so I wouldn't see it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Master.
So smart.
Yeah, so you eat them all before I give something else. Even if I give you rice, not today. Not on demand, okay?
Yes.
So if I die, you won't die with me. You must learn to survive with everything that is good for you. Like children, my God. They ask for goodies, you know? Like they come and say, I love you, and all that, bribing me. And don't eat the bread. Yeah. Aren't they cute, huh? Yeah. Because the other day, I fed the skunk elsewhere, and she came and brought me a toy that she loves very much.
Wow.
The toy, I don't know what kind of things that is. Looks like some moss, like a sponge with some spike on it, like people use it to put in between eggs or something.
Ah.
And I don't know where she got that. It's one piece, like the palm of my hand.
Oh.
Yeah. I said, why did you give it to me if it's your toy? And she said, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's black and has 4 spikes coming out, you know. I said, yeah, it is. It looks similar to you, doesn't it? Yeah. So she was very happy. I said, sorry, but you could not come up and I could not come down. So I leave it there every day. I go and look and enjoy it. And you can also look at it and enjoy it at the same time. So I don't have to possess it for myself, but I enjoy it very much. It's really pretty, and I really appreciate your gift very much. I don't know how she got that. Where from? In a wilderness like that. How did she get such a piece of sponge which looked like her very much, or black, you know? It looked like a small animal with 4 legs. Yeah, because of the spike coming out.
Yes.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Oh, I had a picture of it somewhere, and if you guys can find it. It's together with the news somewhere, or I don't know, or with the scenery photograph. Find it, okay?
Yes, Master.
You won't miss it because it's not a scenery, it's not flowers, it's not trees, it's not shrubs. It is a piece of black sponge or something. I don't know how she found it, but she says it's her beloved toy.
Wow.
One and only toy. Yeah, of course, in the jungle, you know, in the forest, where do you find anything?
Yeah.
How can you find anything?
Right.
She probably wandered around outside of my vicinity and found something that the wind blew there nearby.
Right.
She went out of the fence to get it. And she's young, you know, so she loves toys, of course. I don't know what kind of toy the skunk would love, so I can never know for anything. Yeah. I said, okay, you eat your food, and you're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Yeah. All right. Don't be too proud, okay?
Yes.
Don't let your ego come up because that will kill you.
Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
And also affect our work badly, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I have to edit a lot, I have to cross out a lot and rewrite a lot. It's too much work for me.
Yes, Master.
Because my eyes are not all that well And if I write something, either I have to write very big, but then it will cover all the script, yeah? Or I have to go back and forth to check out whether or not the word is correct. I have to reread the whole thing again. And every time I correct, writing is very slow, but it's not as big a problem as when I have to correct it. Somehow it keeps going wrong, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, all right, never mind. It's okay. It's a part of the job. I'm not complaining. Just telling you, have to take care of your ego, okay, huh?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Give him as much comfort as needed, but not spoil it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And take care of your eyes. We have earthing already, and now you have to take care of your eyes.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Thank you.
Every couple of hours, go out,
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master. Yes, Master.
even in the night.
Yeah.
You can shine some flashlight on the tree from your telephone. Or whatever flashlight is, try on the tree, look at the leaves. Maybe it helps. Just the fresh air, drop some eye drop on it
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
in your eyes, and then do some exercise.
Okay,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Because we don't have a lot of physical exercise, otherwise it would be good for you, okay?
Okay,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
If we eat good food and sit all day and don't exercise, then you get fat in no time. You don't like to look like a wall, do you?
We already do.
You do? How many of you do?
A few of us.
Few of you, huh? Okay. I don't mind, as long as you don't be so overweight, okay?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Bad for the heart, bad for some inner organs as well.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
And so you don't feel very alert as well.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Not good. Not too much of the favorite sweet or oily thing. The kitchen doesn't cook too oily.
No, no.
No.
Good. Yeah, because I reminded them before somewhere, through someone else, of course. I don't dare offend your kitchen. I don't dare offend any of you. Truly, I don't have to. And sometimes I just have to treat, okay? I don't want to offend you anyway, but somehow I feel like you guys, if I praise you, with it sincere, I'm appreciative, but your ego shut up so quickly. I'm surprised, I'm scared. I don't know what to do to balance it. So now I write very short. Either just thank you or or love God or good God or, praise God, remember God, pray God, whatever.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
But you will remember it's God who does many things through us.
Right. Right.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Even it say that God told us don't come to the dining table unless the angel of hunger tell you.
Oh. Wow.
We are taken care of even with our meal by the angel. So sometimes it is the angel who tells us to keep us like an alarm clock. Go eat, go sleep.
Yeah.
So don't overdo anything. Okay, huh?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Do exercise.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Yes, Master.
Make some excuse to exercise.
Yes.
Okay, that is for now for lesson number 1. Okay, now I expect you have some good news for me.
Yes, Master. Well, first we have some questions.
Tell me.
Master, are the continuing sanctions on Russian oligarchs in seizing their property and freezing of their bank assets, etc., good policy? Is it helpful in any way or not?
It may be helpful to the war at the moment, but not in a just way. No, because they did not do anything wrong. They just happened to be Russians.
Right.
Oh, right, Master.
They are born there, raised up there, and making business there.
Yes.
Same with all the business people from foreign countries who went to Russia to make business there.
Yes,
Oh, yes,
Master.
Master.
So Russia sanctions this business, and the West sanctions Russian businesses and all that. But because they were thinking maybe to cripple their economy, that will make putting things twice again of continuing the war.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
Master.
So it does help in some way, but in my opinion, after the war is done, finished, whatever way, they should return the property to these rich people or business people.
Oh, yes,
Understand.
Master.
Because they are contributing to the economy of the world, not just Russia.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
Master.
Every country relies on each other for different things.
Right.
That's why I said the war in Ukraine is affecting everyone as well.
That's
Yes,
right.
Master.
Yes.
You can see that from business reports. And Ukraine's farm produce fits the whole of Europe
Yes, Master.
and fits the large part of Africa. So now their farming is interrupted, and many of their farming products are also coming to a halt, so they cannot export them because of the war, because of whatever disruption in the transportation and logistics and infrastructure, as a whole.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a very sad thing.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
And many of the businesses in Russia also stopped or disrupted or closed down.
Yes.
Yes.
The banking system for everybody as well. ATM have a long queue and no money. It's the same in Ukraine, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
In Ukraine it's because of the war. In Russia it's because of the disruption of the economy.
Right.
So it's good for nobody. And it's even bad for Putin.
Yes.
If he is not a demon, it's even worse for him as a human.
Oh.
Right, Master.
Because he is not a humane person. He punishes people for nothing.
Right.
Yes, Master.
And then, meanwhile, bringing the world economy into disruption and recession. That's not nice, not fair, not good. It's not good for Russia at all. If he loves his people, as he professes that he does, this is not a way to repay, to show his love to his countrymen.
Right, Master.
Right.
Yeah, not to talk about Ukrainians who are innocent, have done no wrong to him. In fact, he was the one who did wrong to begin with, taking Crimea away and then steering trouble to take control of, or connect with the other two separated regions in Donbass, for example.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
He was the instigator of trouble.
Yes.
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 And Ukraine even forgave them, didn't do anything. And now he continues, he wants to swallow the whole Ukraine. He might be choked to death, I'm telling you. He already is. Anyway, if he loves the countrymen, he wouldn't send his young, beautiful, handsome youth into the war for nothing like that. And they are dying in tens of thousands already. At least 15,000 dead.
Yes,
Yes.
And how many more, we don't even know.
Yes, Master.
And then how many injured, nobody would tell even. These are only the deaths that they reported.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
And of course, it's not reliable.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
And same with the pandemic death, it's not a reliable number.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
Master.
Even if just 15,000 or even just 7,000, it's more soldiers than any other war already.
Yeah.
More than the Iraq war.
Right.
Yes, Master.
I think more than the last war they waged with Afghanistan. Russia, many decades ago, even went and invaded Afghanistan and stayed there for 10 years. You remember or not?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, and they fell at the end, and they still didn't learn the lesson.
Right.
Putin is an uneducated man or what? Huh? He should learn from his own history, his country's history of failure.
Right. Yes.
And if communism or his union, the Russia Union, is so lucrative, so alluring, then people would have stayed.
That's right.
So why force them to come back to you when they don't want?
Right.
Sure.
Yes, Master.
It is human nature to stay where they are happy.
Yes.
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 Everybody wants to stay in a peaceful, happy, and free country,
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
of course.
Sure.
of a free kind of system, yeah? So if this communism in Russia or Union suffocated them in some way, then they left.
Yes.
Yes.
And no hard feelings. Both agree already.
Yes,
Yes, of course.
Master.
So let them be. Let each one have his, her own peace.
Right.
Yes.
Putin just went in and just waged war on innocent women and children like that. If he's not a demon, even, then he is a very, very rotten, wicked human,
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
Master.
Yes.
harming both countries and bringing the whole world's economy into risky recession and problem.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
So the oligarchs, they did nothing wrong. Even if they were pro-Putin or have been Putin in any way, they have to. If you live in a country, you have to survive the government, no?
Oh,
That's
yes,
true.
Yes.
Yes.
And knowing the Putin regime, anybody who goes against him in any way are either jailed, poisoned, or fired.
Yes.
That's
Right,
right.
Master.
They just fired the national security guards because they refused to go to the war. They don't want to go to Ukraine to kill Ukrainian people.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Many of the soldiers are still bewildered. Why do they have to kill Ukrainians?
Yeah.
inside themselves. You know, there are many photos or many videos showing the soldiers complaining
Yes.
Yes.
Right, Master.
and protesting, even on the battlefield.
Right.
Like, what are we doing here?
Oh,
Why do we have to kill innocent people?
Мы военнослужащие с Донбасса.
Обычные работяги, блядь, дети на. Энергетики, блядь, заводчане, блядь. Что мы здесь делаем?
Нас много полегло.
Так что, и что мы здесь делаем?
Знайте правду. Министерство обороны РФ о нас понятия не имеет, что мы здесь делаем.
Yeah, of course, the Ukrainians have never done anything to Russia.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Only Russia did something wrong to them, taking their lands away.
yes, very true.
And the international community just turns a blind eye. It does nothing much.
Yes, Master.
All this time, not just in Ukraine, in Georgia and other regions also.
Yes.
Slowly, Putin may try a little bit here, a little bit there to see how the international community reacts, and they didn't react much. That's why he goes in all full strength now into Ukraine, expecting victory.
Yes, true, Master.
But poor things, they keep falling. The soldiers are dying or fleeing or surrendering or refusing to fight in the battle or at home as well.
Yes, Master.
He's losing so many of the army leaders, generals, colonels and all that.
Yes.
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 It's all in the news with their photos. It's not a made-up story. They died.
Yes,
Yes.
right.
They listed all the names and their photos, their data and everything.
Yes,
Master.
And Putin still does not wake up yet. He cannot be a human.
Yes, right, Master.
Even if you don't believe me, you check all this and you know he's not a human.
Yes.
Even Napoleon, when he was always winning everywhere, he even wrote a letter when he saw many thousands of soldiers die agonizingly in the battlefield. He even wrote that he wanted peace.
Yes, Master.
Because he said, if you see what I saw here, something like that.
After the Battle of Marengo in Italy, to His Majesty the Emperor and King, Marengo, June 16th, 1800. I have the honor of writing to Your Majesty to inform you of the desire of the French people to put an end to the war which desolates our countries. There has been war between us. Thousands of Frenchmen and Austrians are no more. Thousands of bereaved families are praying that fathers, husbands and sons may return. This evil is irremediable. May it at least teach us to avoid anything that might prolong hostilities. The prospect so affects my heart that I refuse to accept the failure of my previous advances and take it upon myself to write again to Your Majesty, to entreat you to put an end to the misfortunes of Europe. On the battlefield of Marengo, surrounded by sufferers and in the midst of 15,000 dead bodies, I implore Your Majesty to hear the cry of humanity and not to allow the offspring of two brave and powerful nations to slaughter one another for the sake of interests of which they know nothing. It is for me to urge Your Majesty, because I am nearer to the scene of war, and your heart cannot be so keenly affected as mine. Napoleon Bonaparte's letter to the Emperor of Austria.
Later, he was captured and exiled somewhere else, outside of his country.
Yeah.
If any of the colonels or generals saw how their army died in numbers like that, I don't think they have any heart to continue to fight or push them to die in battle.
Yes, right, Master.
Yeah, and many tanks destroyed, numbers of them. Helicopters down, airplanes shot, all kinds of things. And many of the sensitive secret weapons are left behind because Russia ran away. Russian soldiers run away.
Yes.
It's not Russia that we are talking about, it's Putin.
Right.
Yes.
Right, Master.
And concerning the oligarchs, they are just businessmen.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
Master.
They do what makes money.
Right.
And they are Russian, so they stay in Russia and do their business. They never thought of war or anything. I don't know any businessman who loves war, except those who make weapons.
Right, Master.
Yes.
They love their lives.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
They have luxury yachts, they have luxury airplanes, helicopters, condos, apartment, buildings, whatever. What for they would want war?
Right, that's right.
They enjoy their life and taking care of their business.
Yes.
Master.
That is contentment for them already. Nobody would want war or support war anywhere
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
because they know it will affect them also.
Yes, Master.
Right. Yes.
So to sanction these oligarchs or rich business is not fair.
Right.
Yes, Master.
They have to survive. They live in Russia. They cannot go against the government or Putin, no?
That's very true.
Because they know the consequences also, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Even inside, in their heart, maybe they go against it, but they don't dare open their mouths.
Yes.
If they do, then they lose everything. Many millionaires or billionaires are jailed or disappear in Russia. You know that, right?
Yes. We heard that.
Yeah, according to the news. Actually, I'm thinking most of these oligarchs have no idea that Putin could be that wicked, vicious, brutal, and demonic, even if they side with Putin or not, before or now. Maybe inside they don't side with him just for survival in their own country.
Yes, Master.
But I don't think most of them will understand the extent of evil in Putin's mind and DNA. And I think now everybody knows what I said, that he is really a demon. He's there just to harm people, killing and eating the blood and drinking the blood and all that.
Oh.
He has no soul, no love, minus everything that it's meant to be a human, even the minimal standard of human. This is terrifying. Oh my God. And there are a couple of them not similar but supporting him in Europe. I hope after they see the photos of the Bucha massacre, genocide, they will wake up and change their minds. The world should know that they are also another demon, just a kind of a slower reaction. If we continue to keep all these demons in the seat of high political power, then the world will suffer more and more in the future. Whoever supports Putin from another country or nearby, they either did not understand the extent of this evilness in Putin, or they are the same as him, more or less.
Understand.
I don't love rich people. I'm just fair.
Yes.
Because they also contribute to the wealth of the world.
Yes.
Not wealth, but also just to the flow of the economy in the whole world.
Yes, Master.
We need them also.
Right.
That's true.
We also benefit from their work.
Yes.
For example, they're rich, okay? They bought a very big yacht for hundreds of millions of dollars, for example, yeah?
Yes.
Fine. That is their luxury. But how many workers have been paid for that?
Right.
Yes.
And without them, nobody would build such a yacht or cannot earn money in that business.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
The workers, the laborers, and also the sailors and the captains and the staff who work in that kind of yacht are also earning money.
All right.
Yes.
They're helping the whole society in different ways.
Yes, Master.
And their condos and their apartments, many servants are working there as well.
Yes.
They're making business for people also, not just having luxury on their own.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
And they work hard also. Being a boss is always the hardest job.
Right.
Even if they gain a lot of money, they have a lot of burden and responsibility. So it's not fair to sanction them. But maybe it's just a temporary tactic
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
in a desperate situation. But don't condemn them. Don't seize their things forever. If the war ever comes to a stop, then their properties, their money, their bank account should be returned to them.
Right.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Whatever is seized from them. At least whatever is still left. Maybe the yacht is not as new anymore, or maybe it has some damage, but have to return to them because those rightly belongs to them.
Right.
That's right.
Master.
Suppose America has many oligarchs as well, and the Americans could not go against the government.
Yes.
Yeah, even if they don't agree with Biden or something, they wouldn't dare to go too far
Oh, yes, Master.
because they are American citizens. They just have to be working smoothly, operationally with the powers that be.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, especially in Russia, you can't go against the government and Putin.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Right,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
So it's not fair to punish them.
Yes,
Yeah.
Master.
Yes, Master.
Maybe temporarily, but the Russian people suffer a lot now. Yeah, for all the sanctions and business, how things,
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
all kinds of things that affect the Russian people. And they're dying in numbers. And I feel so sorry for these young, beautiful, idealistic and innocent youngsters, you know, who have to be drafted into the army. It's not their fault at all. Of course, I don't want them to go to invade Ukraine and kill Ukrainian people, but I'm also very sorry for them.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
I told you in the beginning already, in the beginning of the war, that Putin sent them to death.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
It's still winter, it's freezing, and they have just floppy, flimsy kind of makeshift quarters.
Yes.
Yes,
And
Master.
they were freezing and hungry and have not enough supplies and all that because they did not plan well. They didn't have war for so long.
Yeah, right.
Or small robin here and there, but not like big scale war, not trained well.
Right.
Yes.
They are just kids, man. They're just kids. They're just somebody's daughter or son or husband or boyfriend. they had a big future in front of them. They should not go to die just like that in a stranger's land without even tears from relatives and loved ones, without even a piece of land to bury themselves decently in. Yeah,
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
I don't like all this. This Putin is terrible. He should stop this war.
Where are you now, my only one? Won't someone tell me if...
By the way, at the moment, Russian soldiers are moving away from many center spots, many of their main spots.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was happy about that. I thought maybe the war will end soon. I asked Heaven, and I said, why did they do that? Are they real or are they just doing some tricks? Because I was worried maybe they would move all their soldiers and people away and then they will bomb those empty cities.
Yes, Master.
They would move their people away and then will bomb or do something
Yeah.
to those without their soldiers there.
Yes.
Yes.
I was worried, so I asked Heaven, I hope it's true. And they told me because Putin wants you to stop talking bad about Russia.
Oh.
Me.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
I say, what? I'm not talking bad about Russia. Number one, I'm not talking bad. I'm talking facts.
Right.
Right.
Number two, I'm not against Russia. I'm against Putin and his gang only, these devils only. So I will stop only when they stop hurting people and when they stop hurting humans in their way.
Right.
Right, Master.
So I will stop them immediately. I told Heaven like that. So I'll relay the message to him. Or not, whatever. I hope that is their real intention. Yeah. I was really worried about nuclear and chemical weapons.
Yes, Master.
Right.
Oh, God. Why don't they just give them this no-fly zone and then they cannot drop these things onto the land?
True.
Because it's easier to drop from the air than to move them along the long and arduous highway or whatever.
Yes.
Yes.
So in the beginning, I always asked that they should close the sky.
Yes.
Okay, tell me, what else? I hope I answer your question. Too far, huh? Tell me.
Yes, Master. Russia has accused Ukraine of bombing their oil depot in Russian territory. If true, is it okay that they did so? Do they have the right to do that?
Huh? What do you think? Did Ukraine ask the Russians to go and bomb their many oil and gas depots as well? And many other places as well? What do they expect?
Right.
Right.
If the Ukrainians did it, it's within their rights to revenge and to prevent more supplies to the war.
Right.
Yes, Master.
What do they expect? They bomb many of their oil depots in Ukraine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Russians did.
Yes.
And many buildings and whole cities and many villages, much of their building infrastructure, everything is laid to waste because of Russia bombing.
Right.
So what is it about the oil depot. And oil depot is just oil, and less people die.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Yes, Master.
And if Russia doesn't have more oil to supply to the army in Ukraine, then the war is less intensive to some degree.
Right. True.
So it's nothing to complain about, huh?
Mm-hmm. Agree.
If they did not start the war in Ukraine, then nobody would bomb their oil depot.
Right.
Right,
Exactly.
Master.
You see, that's the case of the culprit, the robber who keeps yelling that they are the victims. Told you already last time.
Yes.
Vietnamese say vừa ăn cướp vừa la làng.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are robbing and yelling for help at the same time. Oh man. Only stupid warmongers do think and react in such a manner.
Right.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Okay, any other things?
Master, a group of Russian National Guardsmen were fired for refusing to go and fight in Ukraine. They have retained a lawyer to sue the Russian government.
Good.
Their lawyer says that other soldiers and guardsmen have been in touch with him looking for help to avoid the war. Does Master have any comment on this?
What else should I comment? The news itself is very clear already. More clear than 1,000 words, yeah?
Yes, Master.
I told you, people don't want to fight in the senseless, bloody Ukraine war.
Yes.
I mean, soldiers, they have their training, discipline, and morals.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Especially National Guard. They're supposed to guard the nation only.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Right.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
That's why they call National Guard.
Right.
They're not just any other soldiers.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Other soldiers are maybe for fighting, but the National Guard is to protect the nation, inside the nation. They should not go to war. They should stay at home. If any other country comes to Russia and invades their country or makes trouble, then of course the National Guard can also, at that time, go out and fight within their border.
Yes, Master.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
National Guard. The name says it all, no?
Yes.
Right.
And just now, because Putin may be so desperate, too many soldiers die in the battle. So he is trying to regroup and exhaust in all the beautiful force from his country to go out and do ugly things. That's why the people who were sent, they don't want to.
Yes, Master.
Also, many are fleeing in Russia at the same time.
Yes.
Yes.
They flee to other countries, or they do other things so that they don't have to go to fight in Ukraine. They don't want to kill people for nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just against their conscience.
True.
Right,
Right.
Master.
That's right.
Soldiers, they are forced to train and then to fight, but only for a good cause.
Yes.
Yes.
Only if they have to defend the country. They all know that. So in their mind, they know this is not moral.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Right.
Master.
Yes, Master.
It's not morally correct, the war in Ukraine. Yeah, they have no enemies among the Ukrainian people.
Exactly.
They're good neighbors.
Yes,
Right.
Yes, Master.
And Russia has already eaten so many pieces out of their land already. And now come and just kill them outright like that for no reason.
True.
Any reason is BS in this case.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Anything else?
Yes, Master. In readiness for a peace deal with Russia, Ukraine's President Zelensky has said his government is willing to adopt a neutral status, meaning that they would not link militarily with other allies, which would also mean not to join NATO. Would this be a good move?
Not if Putin is still alive.
Oh. Right.
But if they have no choice, then maybe this is a temporary choice until they have a better choice. But why? Ukraine is winning.
Yes, Master.
Yeah.
If you give in to Putin this, he will do more later. Just like they gave in with Crimea and then about Donbass.
Understand.
Yes.
And now Putin wants the whole Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's so much bloodshed.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
So in the long run, he will do it again. Maybe temporarily is good. I'm not sure about that. Or maybe Putin just tried a delay in tactics so that later when they see that Ukraine has nobody and then not many weapons and not trained active army.
Yes. Understand.
Yes, Master.
Because neutral means the American or other allies or other countries cannot come and train them.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's not so. Meaning you cannot link to anybody in the military or to warlike activity.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
So I'm not sure if after they become neutral, other countries will be able to go in and train their army like they did before or not.
Yes.
Because without all this training and good equipment from other countries, I don't think Ukraine could withstand Russia again.
That's right. Yeah.
At the moment, they have this momentum
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
because they were second, even though by surprise. But inside their hearts they were prepared already.
Right.
So they fight with all their might. But later, if they relax, they think, oh, Russia doesn't touch us anymore, so we don't have to train our army, and they don't have to have any weapons or anything. Then Russia might come in, surprisingly, and then Ukraine will be taken away.
Oh, I understand.
And then Europe will have no more food. Africa, a big part, won't have food from Ukraine.
Oh, yes.
I just read that the European Union is now making a new move to give farmers more land so that they can cultivate food.
Oh.
Imagine that, just recently.
Wonderful.
Wow.
That means that Ukraine have not enough food to give them now. Or if the war continues, then Europe will suffer if they don't take care of themselves.
Yes,
Master.
So is that urgent already?
Yes.
Not like just the war in Ukraine. It's a war everywhere, nearby at least.
Yes.
Yes.
And then even some other country from far away also worry about the farming problem due to the war in Ukraine.
Yes.
So I don't know why NATO needs any more excuses, or the European Union needs any more excuses. Russia disrupts their lives, threatens their survival by less food exports from Ukraine. So that is disturbing their peace already all over Europe. So I don't know why NATO needs any more excuses, or the European Union even making any lame excuses not to accept Ukraine.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I think Ukraine is okay alone. Maybe it's better. Because if you rely on somebody, if they turn around, they don't want to help you, then you'll be in bigger trouble.
Yes.
There's an idiom that says, if you want to do something, well, do it yourself.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Just like last time, somebody from Korea asked me why other countries don't help North Korea or something. They don't help both the Koreas for peace and for other things, financial or whatever. I say, well, why you two countries can help each other? South and North, why do you have to rely on other countries to sanction it or to sanctify it for you or agree with you or help you? Just help yourself. In the old times, we didn't need anybody.
Right, Master.
Nobody really needs to have any weapons or anything. And farming, every country takes care of themselves. In the old times, there was no transportation or anything convenient like nowadays. And people will survive still.
Right.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
The proof is that we are overwhelmingly populated in our world now.
True.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. So we did not die. Since ancient times, we survived. So nobody cares if any other country helps you or not. Just you must be independent as much as possible. Like Europe and America and other countries depend on Russian oil and gas. That's why they even sell their morals.
Yeah.
Yes.
They pay with their morals.
Yes.
Master.
Tình như lửa đỏ rực trong hỏi đời ân ái.
So nobody cares if any other country helps you or not. Just you must be independent as much as possible. Like Europe and America and other countries depend on Russian oil and gas. That's why they even sell their morals.
Yeah.
Yes.
They pay with their morals.
Yes, Master.
They leave Ukraine alone to die or live. They cannot open their mouths to do much or to help in more practical ways, just to scare Russia away. If you scare the Russians away, the Russian army putting away, then there is no war.
Yes.
Right.
They should have prepared it.
Yes.
Then they didn't have to fight. Then Ukraine didn't have to suffer so much. And they should have done something more substantial when Russia took away Crimea already to begin with.
Right.
Yes, Master.
Don't let them inch themselves into another two regions in Ukraine. And now they put the whole blanket on Ukraine
Yes.
and kidnapping thousands of Ukrainians into Russia against their will from Mariupol and other cities. Take children away, kidnap children. Journalists disappear, kill them and all that.
Oh God. Yes, Master.
So because of oil and gas,
Wow.
human human's life in exchange for oil and gas.
It's terrible.
They're just too comfortable. Cheap oil, cheap gas, and now they're stuck with it.
Right. Yes.
Yes, Master.
And Putin knows he can strangulate them with this. He already began saying, okay, these are unfriendly countries. 40 of them. If they want gas and oil, they have to pay in rubles. Where do they get them? Where do they get rubles? Print? I guess they have to print them. Huh? Be dishonest like Russia. But they are also good, the Russian government, good in a way to get the ruble back to the same value as before the war. But it's a big interference and forces many banks to pump, many businesses to pump rubles into the system.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
And convert all the whatever foreign currency into rubles. And so to rescue the ruble's value up to now.
Right.
But if they continue with the war, I don't think this is the long-term standard.
Yes.
Some time ago, you guys asked me whether, or maybe you didn't ask, but I said that President Zelensky should not negotiate anything. Whatever belongs to Ukraine goes back to Ukraine. And Russia just has to go home. That's it.
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
You don't negotiate with the devils.
No, Master.
No,
No, of course not.
You don't negotiate with a madman. They don't know any logic or humane arrangement anyway.
Right.
That's right.
Right, Master.
So just outright no for anything that they demand. They cannot just walk, flying or driving into your country, robbing your land, your properties, killing your people, and then demand that you have to meet their request. They have no right to request anything from Ukraine.
That's right. Makes no sense.
No, it's not their land. They have nothing to do with Ukraine. Ukraine has never provoked him in any way. They have no right to walk in there and to talk like they own Ukraine, like they have the right to ask anything. No, they have no right. Russia has no right whatsoever.
Not at all.
So if I were President Zelensky, I would never say yes to anything. Don't take any suggestions from them. Nothing. You are your own sovereign country. You don't owe it to anybody. Least of all, Russia. You're a free country. Yeah. Give your people free. You don't negotiate with the devil. You don't negotiate with the massacre entity. You don't negotiate with these shameless, soulless robbers like Putin. That's it. Okay. Anything else?
Yes, Master. Biden called Putin a butcher and a war criminal. What does Master think about that?
Yeah. For the first time, this guy said something that is not too bad.
Yes, Master.
But I think a butcher is a poor description of Putin. He's evil.
Yes.
He's evil. He's vicious. So calling him anything just makes it smaller.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes it less dramatic. The butcher, he only kills on demand.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
People ask for meat, so he has to kill to feed them. If nobody asked for animal people's meat, he would not have to do this job. He would find other jobs.
That's right.
So if actually in this world many people call somebody like those killer or some serial killer or some bad massacre, they call them butcher. Could be. But that is a shame for the butcher. It's injustice for the butcher. He's only doing his job. He got paid for it.
Right.
Yes, Master.
He doesn't go and force any people to take his meat. His people demand it and buy it.
Yes, Master.
And in case you think the butcher is so bad, evil, then why do you eat the meat that he offers to you?
Yes,
I
Master.
understand.
The word is funny. The word people are ridiculous. Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. But still, at least he's recognizing the viciousness of Putin.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Or maybe he just say that just to be trendy, like P. Francis. I don't know. I don't know these people because they're not truly human.
I
Yes, Master.
understand.
So whatever, doesn't matter. And concerning to call Putin a criminal is also less justice. The criminal, they kill for a cause.
Right.
Yes,
Of
Master.
course, they kill each other because of gang rivalry, stuff like that. Or just kill because they're crazy, they're bad. But their atrocity is not so vast massive like Putin and his underlings.
Yes, for sure.
In Bukchai, they killed 400 people just like that. Litter them on the street, tie their hands behind their back, including women, children, and elderly.
Oh my gosh.
And it's been laying there for weeks already, and Russia still denies it. It's always the same. They're lying all the time. They're lying like you breathe. My God. And I hope the world doesn't ever trust the Russian government again.
Oh, I hope not.
Otherwise, they're going to be dead, all of them, before they even know it.
Yes,
Master.
They have no qualms in just massacring people at random like that.
It's atrocious.
They are atrocious, and they have even deadly weapons in their hands. Or nuclear and chemical weapons and all that stuff.
Yes, Master.
And they're going to deny it again, soon, sure. Just like they say they go to liberate Ukraine. What for? People are peaceful there and free. And now they need to be liberated from Russia. Oh, God. They have done nothing to Russia.
Yes, of course not.
Yeah, just went in and killed people like that. Oh, my God. And they call them beasts and criminals. This is unjustified.
That's right.
It's not the right language, but I guess they don't have any other language to call them. I would call them evil. Yeah, devils. That's all. That's what they are.
Yes, they are.
When I first talked about Ukraine with you guys, I'm sure many people thought I over-exaggerated. But it is true like that. There are no other words to describe them. Normal humans, even criminals, don't do this.
Yes, not at all.
Even war criminals, they don't do this. None of the other dictators would do these kind of things so badly like this. I mean, except Hitler, perhaps.
Yes,
Master.
Don't just kill people without any remorse, without thinking twice. This system in Russia, they brainwashed most of the people.
Yes.
They're actually convinced that all what they're saying is true, and this is what propaganda does. It poisons their mind, and they're spreading not only lies but hatred. And that's actually been very prevalent in their state media lately, is claiming that Ukraine has no right to exist at all, and neither does the Ukrainian language or culture. It all needs to be uprooted, that people need to be put in re-education camps for generations and be taught to forget everything Ukrainian. It's very much a genocidal language that is emanating from the Russian state media, which is entirely controlled by the Kremlin.
That's why they just can do it. Even young people who have no hatred in their heart, they kill just like you cut the grass or something. Oh my God, and litter them all over on the street and still deny it.
Yes, Master.
All lying all the time. So ugly, these gangs of devils. My God. And I still wonder, when Biden first said that Putin should not be in power anymore, and many people at home were against him.
Yes.
The first time he says something logical, and then they go against him.
Oh,
Yes.
His own party members, they all scramble around to try to distance themselves from what he said, and also to cover up what he said, or to try to explain it away.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't mean like that. Blah, 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 blah. And he himself also was being cornered by them. And then he said, oh, it's just a moral outburst. It's not about regime change.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, disgusting, all these people. And now he doesn't back up anymore because the Bukchai.
Yes.
If this guy still backs off from what he said about Putin, after these Bukchai images of bodies littering all over the city like that, then I think nobody will want to even look at him. So he has to say something good.
Yes.
For sure.
Politicians, they don't say things that they mean, not all the time.
Yes.
Except Trump.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why they don't like him. The truth is hard to swallow.
Yes.
He always says something that is what he thinks.
Yes.
At least you can read him. At least you can know where you stand.
Yes.
And trust him.
But all the politicians, you don't trust what they say. You never know what they say, if they mean it or not. Just trendy stuff you have to say to gain votes is really disgusting. Ugh. They are so despicable there. My God, poor Ukrainian people. Poor Ukrainian people. And the world just left them to fight alone like that. I'm telling you, all these NATO countries, if they let Putin even gain just a little bit of Ukraine, they're going to suffer next.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, of course. He will make an excuse to come in again.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, this guy, he doesn't care if his people even die on the battlefield or die at home against each other.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Like you say, you have to sell purified from traitors and all that stuff.
Yes.
I mean, cleaning from home.
Yes.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
Of course, only the good people, the positive people, go against Putin.
Yeah.
I also never thought that this man could be a devil and so evil like that. Now they say that he's worse than ISIS,
Gosh.
the Muslim extremists that they wanted to clean out.
Yes.
Yes.
And now they say he's worse. It is worse. I feel like that also.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
And even the Russian Orthodox patriarch backed him also.
Oh my gosh.
He said the war in Ukraine is justified. This is the fight between good and evil. It means Russia is good, Ukraine is evil.
Oh gosh.
But what did Ukraine do?
Yes. It's,
All we saw up to now is just Russia that is the instigator of madness, of war, of atrocity.
Yes.
Just went into people's houses and took their things and killed their family members. This is atrocity, robbery, nothing else.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
that's right.
But I guess this patriarch, he doesn't know anything.
Yes.
He doesn't know anything, just like many other citizens of Russia who don't understand anything, being brainwashed and spoon-fed by these state-owned television and radio and newspapers.
Yes. Yes.
Living in the dark.
Yeah, leave them all in the dark, and all the international media are thrown out anyway. Otherwise, you'll be jailed at least up to 15 years if you say anything about the Ukraine war.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
My God. And they are still in the UN Security Council. Whew. I cannot believe it. I think the UN also should resign.
They somehow have to remove him from the UN Security Council.
They have to, or they should resign,
Yeah.
because they're useless. They don't protect the innocent,
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
and they don't deal with or trim the aggressor who sits in their own house.
Yes.
Yes.
Soon they will be beaten up as well, because these criminals or bullies will be taken control and get away with anything.
Yes. They feel emboldened.
Yeah, emboldened as well, and entitled to, and encouraged to by their inaction.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Oh, terrible, 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 I'm telling you. I think the world is blind, deaf, and we are not so lucky. It's so scary to live in this world. When I read the Buddhist Sutra, the Buddha says this world is full of devils and ghosts and vicious entities. I was thinking Buddha was talking about maybe some corner or maybe invisible. But they are visible now, even.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
They are openly visible in the highest possible seats of our world.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
It's horrifying.
Horrifying, yeah, it's a deciding seat. Like the whole humanity's life and death in their hands, and do what they want with it and get away with it. Because Putin got away with many, many things, many times already.
Right, Master.
And just to talk about Ukraine, he ate up 3 pieces already. Before this big war broke out, he has eaten 3 pieces already, and he has more appetite.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Yes.
The more he eats, the more he wants. The more he is hungry. And the world didn't do anything. That's why. All this is because of economical and those mundane interests, like oil and gas, economy and stuff like that.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Because they worry that if they don't have oil and gas from Russia, then their industry cannot function. Well, it is true also in some parts. But they should have known about that. They should have been independent.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
But of course, you cannot really blame them too much because I could not imagine that Putin would get more and more evil. But they should have stopped him in the butt already.
Yes.
Not wait until he messed up and ate up so many countries and now still do nothing. Not much.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I guess they're doing a little bit more now. But then other dictators are also like showing up now in other countries in Europe with cheating votes and against Zelensky and pro-Putin.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, I hope they wake up. Otherwise, they will be next. Otherwise, they have to always kowtow and prostrate to Putin to be able to be his friend and agree to every bloody desire that he suggests or acts out.
Yes, Master.
Oh, the world is in danger, my God. I couldn't imagine like that. I thought disaster and pandemic are enough already. And now we have even worse things. Everybody worries about a nuclear bomb.
Yes.
It's hard to imagine in the 21st century that all this is still happening.
Yeah, they still want to kill each other, kill the innocent. I can't believe it. So these people don't belong here, don't belong to our generation, and don't belong to our world. They belong to hell. Okay, now you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Previously, Master said that one of the occupations that results in going to hell is weapons manufacturing. In this war, which Master has said is between good and evil, weapons are needed by the Ukrainians to defend themselves against the invasion by Russia. So this conflict has highlighted to some nations the need for a strong military, like Germany, Taiwan, and Japan will dramatically increase their defense spending to deter possible future aggressors. So could Master please talk about how heavens view weapons manufacturing in light of them being used by both good and evil?
Heaven has nothing to do with it. In heaven, we don't have weapons anyway. That's just the teaching of the Buddha to guide humans into living peacefully. But humans never live too long peacefully together. So this is the way they have to handle it.
Yes.
Still, these weapons producers need to take their karma.
Yes.
So the situation is like that. And they have to do accordingly, of course. But according to all the teachings of all the masters, it should not happen.
Yes.
But it happens anyway. So if in that case they produce weapons already, whether or not Ukraine has war, and Ukraine has to defend these people, so they have to do their job.
Yes.
They already pushed into that corner to fight. They have to. Either that, or they have to let their people die. Even there are cases reported that they are raped in front of their children.
Oh.
Yes, that's right.
The children, of course, they are young. Not all of them are morally fit. The young, or maybe they're drunk, or they're just in the war, so they couldn't care less. Like Putin, not all of the Russians are like that.
Yes, Master.
Putin is outside of Russia. He's not Russian.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and many humans are crazy, mentally unfit as well.
Yes, Master.
And unfortunately, within any unit, or even single cases, everywhere, such things happen all the time.
Yes. Right.
And in this case, the Ukrainian people, they have a duty, and they are just acting out their job, their duty, like protecting their country and their people.
Yes, Master.
That's what it is. But the weapons producers still have heavy karma.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that they are helping in any way. Their intention is just to produce, to sell the killing instruments.
Yes, Master.
So for that intention, they would have to pay karma in hell.
Yes, Master.
And the Ukrainians, they exchange their lives in order to protect peace and safety for their own loved ones and their countrymen. So they're doing their job.
Yes.
In that case, they're noble.
Yes, Master.
Or you prefer them to surrender to Putin and be under his dictatorship, and then Putin will move to the next countries and kill more?
No.
You see that?
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Given the choice, they had to fight.
Yes.
But the weapons producers, they produce them before any war already happened, just to make money.
Yes, Master.
So it's not their noble intention or anything.
Right.
Understand.
There are laws and the minor detail of the laws of the universe.
Yes.
It's not like always black and white.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
It depends also on the situation. Regardless of anything, of war or peace, producing weapons is heavy karma.
Yes.
Killing animals, people in the slaughterhouses is heavy karma.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Trafficking humans is heavy karma.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it. These things are basic and nothing can change it, regardless of war or not war.
Right.
Yes,
Master.
But if you live in a country and somebody comes and beats up your children, your wife, you must stand up and fight. That's it.
Right.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
At that time, even if people know it's karma, they still do it. Because they want to protect their loved ones. They cannot do it otherwise. They have no choice.
True, Master.
Yes,
Right.
that's right.
Yes.
Would you rather stand there and let your wife be raped and your children beaten up
No,
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 sir.
Master.
when you have muscle?
No, couldn't stand it.
You could not. You just automatically react, okay?
Right.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Maybe if somebody beats you up, you might not respond. You might just defend a little bit so that you can run.
Right. Yes.
But if you see somebody else being beaten up, that's a different story.
Right.
Yes.
Especially if it's your friendly neighbors or your beloved wives or your children, then you just do it.
Yes,
Yes.
Master. Right.
Even if you go to hell, you do it. So these are the things that you cannot just make it black and white, like, okay, if you fight, you kill people, or you go to hell. No, it's not necessarily like that.
Yes,
Right.
Master.
Understand.
Understand.
Humans' law sometimes have loopholes, but heaven's law is always very, very accurate and refined and defined. It's always correct. It's not biased to any party.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
It acts according to the situation, the circumstance, the quality, and the intention of the offender.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Yes, Master.
Any others?
Master, we have many good news to
Yeah.
share.
So the questions are done?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Tell me, good news is always good. Oh, I'm dying to know it.
All right, Master. On Saturday, April 2nd, 2022, Ukrainian negotiator David Arakhamir told a local TV station that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin will likely meet for face-to-face peace talks soon in Turkey. Arakhamir added that the Russian negotiators also agreed the draft documents will likely be sent to Putin and Zelensky for direct discussions.
Okay? Let's hope they make peace out of it.
At least there's some hope, Master.
What else?
Ukraine's Deputy Defense Minister says the country's forces have retaken the whole Kyiv region as Russian forces withdraw from key towns.
Yeah. It's good.
Next good news, Master. The US will help transfer Soviet-made tanks to Ukraine.
At the end, finally, yeah. It's funny how people let others eat until they are almost full already or full already, then say, hey, some more, or the best one's coming.
It's true.
All the key fancies is also now condemning or criticizing Putin.
Oh.
Where were they before?
Oh, right, Master.
Right.
All these spineless people, if they are even people. Tell me.
More information is that this is the first time the US helped deliver tanks to Ukraine.
I'm not surprised. Oh, what a surprise. I'm supposed to say, oh, how surprising.
Yeah. Since Russia invaded and comes after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky renewed his requests for the West to send tanks and planes.
He has requested that for a long time already.
Yes, that's right.
And now Russia is moving away, leaving a lot of equipment and tanks behind even, and left some occupied cities empty. And now they're coming with all the tanks, whatever. Yeah. Wow, what good theater.
Yes. It's too late now.
What a good show of unity.
Yes.
Thank you. I told you that these world leaders, so-called leaders, they are so funny. They are daft, like kindergarten people, or deaf and dumb and stupid, or lame, or whatever. And no brain, or brain damaged, or spine damaged. Anything else?
Yes.
Tell me.
Previously, Ukraine generated its own electrical power as well as used supplemental electricity from the Russian and Belarusian power grids. With the invasion, Ukraine's power supply is partially disrupted due to Russia taking over some of Ukraine's power plants and having no supplemental electricity from Russia.
Yeah.
So the good news is that the Belgium-based utilities company ENSO-E has linked Ukraine to an electricity grid spanning much of continental Europe.
Oh, bless them.
Thus providing Ukraine with another critical source of electricity and allowing Ukraine to end its dependence on Russian and Belarusian power stations.
They should have done that long ago.
Yes.
Right.
They should also make themselves more independent as well. Oh, never mind. Okay, better than nothing. Better late than never, eh?
Right.
Yes, Master.
They planned it for a long time, Master, but because of this invasion, they increased the speed of it, and so it happened right away.
Planned it for a long time. Oh, sure. Just like NATO will accept Ukraine into their circle, but there's no end.
Yes, that's right.
Planned for a long time. The EU also takes a long time to join them.
Yes.
Yeah, they have time. My God, wait until Russia comes to their bathroom, then they will know they don't have time.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope this Ukraine war will be a big, huge lesson that they have learned. Or this so-called big power, European Union or America and the rest.
Yes, Master.
Because now they will wake up and learn to be more independent. Like at the moment, the U.S. government is releasing reserved oil.
That's right.
Yeah, but it won't last forever.
Yes.
So they have to continue doing their oil and gas supply investment, like when Trump was there.
Yes,
Master.
Otherwise, they will jump back to the old flame again, Russia. Old flame, for flame. Yeah. Whatever you think you can take advantage of from somebody else or some other group, it won't last. Always, if you can, you have to help yourself and be independent. Even it say that God helps those who help themselves.
Right.
Yes, Master.
Even God. Not to talk about these mundane bunch of whatever commercial politicians.
Yes.
It's all about money and gain and comfort. That's why they fight. That's why they want some more land, more tax, because they want to keep their lives in luxury.
Yes.
Like putting on a lot of properties. According to the investigative journalist report, he owns even a yacht, $700 million, owns houses here, city apartment there for his lover or kids, whatever, yeah?
Yes,
Master.
Yeah, that's why they cannot let go of the power. They will become nothing. They will become poor.
Right.
Yes.
And they can't bear it.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
That's why they fight life and death. Not their life, their death. Other people's life and death to keep them alive.
Yes,
Master.
This is utterly evil, selfish, truly inhumane.
Right.
Sacrifice all others for your own comfort.
Yes,
Master.
Yeah, they cannot let go of their yachts, their wealth, their big, huge bank accounts, and every other thing they have. I don't see any leader who are poor when they retire or when they're in power.
Yes.
Here and there, they secretly do some dealings, something to have millions of dollars while they're in power. So they retire rich, just like Biden and his son.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Always denying it. And even now CNN exposes them. with evidence, signature and bank account and laptop, whatnot.
Right. Yes, Master.
And Biden still says, it's still okay. His son's business is okay.
Yeah.
And now the media says it's not okay.
Now they say it.
Yes.
Now they say it's safe now because the election is gone, it's over.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And Biden, his family and whatnot already established in the White House. They feel like nothing can remove them anymore now. Now they just go after Trump. But now they can go after also the son of Biden.
Yes,
Master.
Before the election, they suppressed all this. They did not want to print or report it deliberately, just because they want to get rid of Trump.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
The president that they don't deserve. President Trump. It's a president that they don't deserve, I have to say.
That's right.
Yes, Master.
So his loss is not his loss. It's their loss.
Right. Right. Yes.
They don't deserve him. In a way, I'm not praying for him to come back. Whatever their lot, whatever their karma is, it will be shown. Will be done.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Yes.
If they pray hard, maybe if they really miss him, if they really feel that he is worthy, maybe heaven will let him come back.
Wow.
But I'm not sure at the moment. It's too much. Too much folly, one after another, all the time, never stops.
Yes.
Yes.
Never stops. Like Putin, he says he worry about NATO, he's next to his war. That Ukraine became a NATO member, but Ukraine was not accepted already.
That's right.
They say that outright, number one. Number two, he is bombing the whole country and NATO did not react. So he must know by now that his country is not threatened by any NATO members.
Right.
Right.
He still continues killing his own servicemen, soldiers, and the Ukrainian people.
Yes, Master.
He knows by now that the war is lost. Many of his soldiers died for nothing already. He should take pity on the rest. No, he continues to make more conscripts to continue the war.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Oh man, even hell will never open the door for him to get out again. Whether or not he's a devil.
Wow.
You see, if they did not invent so many mass destructive and lethal weapons, the war could have been less destructive, less painful, and have less long-term effects. If people are killed like in old times, just by the rocks and sticks and all that, then people don't die in so many numbers like that.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Yes.
The photos from the satellite image show the citizens are dying on the street at the hands of the Russian soldiers all over everywhere. It's about 400 people at least who died there and were left there for many weeks already.
Right.
Yes, Master.
But Russia denied it. Said that the deaths happened after they left. It's not true because satellite images recorded it and it has been there for weeks already, meaning not just after they left, but before they left. They wanted to blame it on the Ukrainians. That's what it is, but it won't work because satellite images capture it. Oh, Russia. My God, I can't believe this.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
Master.
Yes.
I cannot believe this. Cannot believe the Putin regime, or I don't know, Putin or is the communism that brainwashes the young soldiers to become soulless like that, to just kill anybody. They are civilians, in civilians plain clothes, and children also included, and some were tied at the back even, before they were killed in execution style. And they torture them also. This is incredible. This is truly soullessness. This is truly demonic.
Right.
Oh, yes.
And I hope the world opens its eyes, because if they don't have Ukraine, they will be the next one like that. Their life, their fate will be the same soon.
Right.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Okay. Tell me, what else?
In another news, Lithuania will no longer import the Russian gas to meet its domestic needs.
Yeah.
It becomes the first country in Europe to have secured its independence from Russian supplies.
Yeah, good.
And another, Odis Baris, the CEO of Connexis Baltic Grid, told Latvian radio, since April 1st, Russian natural gas is no longer flowing to Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, see? They don't really need it. They just think they need it. It's a habit.
Right.
Yes.
Reliance, habit, and laziness. So they are just too comfy.
Yes.
Yes.
Master.
Why bother? They have money, they have good position, they have retirement money for sure secured, so why would they bother changing anything to make their countrymen better?
Right.
Yes,
Right,
Master.
Whatever happens, they're okay anyway. But in Ukraine, even some of their parliament members pick up rifles and fight.
Yes.
Their ex-president also, Poroshenko, the ex-president of Ukraine, he also went out to fight with the army. And ex-PM also, and some others who are normally not in the army service, government people, they also went out to fight.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
If something good comes out of the Ukraine war, is it the united spirit of the Ukrainian people is shining for the whole world to see.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Right.
I mean, worldly, mundanely speaking, they are the best example.
Yes.
Yes,
Master.
Master.
But that regardless of the Buddha's teaching, you should not have a weapon and kill and all that. But in this mundane world, they are the best.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Master.
Yes.
They're united to fight, to protect their people. That's very noble. To sacrifice your own life for somebody else's life is the utmost sacrifice in this world already.
Oh,
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
It's the ultimate.
Yes.
Even family members wouldn't do that willingly for each other.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
Master.
That's why I praise them, not because I want war.
Yes.
I praise their noble spirit. They are just mundane people.
Oh,
Yes,
Yes, Master.
And even then, they sacrifice their life for others' lives.
Yes, Master.
I don't know if any of my so-called disciples would sacrifice their life for me. Being taught all these decades. See what I'm saying?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
All right. That's why when the Prophet Muhammad was alive, peace be upon him forever, he said that if you sacrifice for protecting the truth, protecting Islam at that time, you will go to heaven. And it is like that.
Yes,
Right.
Master.
He spoke the truth because it's a noble spirit.
Yes.
Yes,
Master.
Master.
They are forced to fight to defend others, to defend the Prophet, to defend their family members, the innocent women and children.
Yes.
Yes,
Master.
Master.
That's why after some of those defenders for Islam, for their Prophet at that time, died, he told others who were alive, take their wives and children into your protection and treat them just like your own wife and your own children.
Right.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Not that he advocated for many wives in a household.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Nowadays, some Muslims use that to their advantage for their own lustful desire.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
But it wasn't like that. Because the Prophet, peace be upon him, promoted that. So that the soldiers who died for the great cause like that would feel at peace,
Yes.
knowing that their family are looked after. Because in those days, women didn't work.
Yes,
Right.
Master.
Women could not go out alone to work. And now many in India or other Arab countries is still the same. It's opening more now.
Yes.
More now. But I heard that in Afghanistan, Afghan women still cannot go out alone without endangering themselves.
Oh.
It's not allowed. Well, at least recent years still.
Yes,
Yes.
Master.
Only when the Americans were there or when the last king was there, the women were freer.
Yes.
They even can wear shorter skirts to go out to work. You know, look like Europeans or Americans.
Right. Yes.
Yes, Master.
Did I answer your question?
Yes,
Or
Master.
non-question question? Tell me, What else?
Master, Ukrainian volunteers have been weaving camouflage nets and making bulletproof vests in the southeastern city of Zaporizhia in Ukraine. Many volunteers in the country also run makeshift operations to supply the army with homemade protective gear.
Because they don't have enough supplies from the Western countries.
Yes.
They still don't have enough.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Despite the Americans promise of this and that. Sometimes the Ukrainians say, we're thankful for your support and wanting to send us the supplies, but what we receive is not it. Maybe they send some not functional things or too old.
Yes.
It's not functioning. They try what they can with their own makeshift or inventive kind of way to protect themselves and to help Ukraine to fight for freedom from Russia, from Putin, actually.
Right, yes.
The Russian people, they don't know much about it. They don't want war. Nobody wants war. No ordinary people would want war.
Right, Master.
Yes, right.
No, why? What for? If you have enough food on your table and your children can go to school in peace, why do you want war, huh?
Yes, Master.
Yes.
What is in it for you? Only you may die and leave your children orphan and leave your wife widow.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
No normal people would love that. Even if they are not political minded or peace inclined, they would never think like that.
Yes.
Never think of going to war and killing other people.
Yes, Master.
It was just forced upon them by stupid, evil leaders. People in Russia, those who know the truth, they hate Putin.
Yes.
So you should be careful. Yeah? He might be even killed soon. But it doesn't matter. He's sick anyway, according to report. He, for a long time, many years already, had a sick with cancer.
Thyroid cancer.
The thyroid is in the throat area.
Yes.
Because he talks so bad. He orders people to go out and kill. So what can he expect from that, huh?
Right.
Taking people's land, killing people, cutting their throats, taking their property, their freedom, their peace. I'm surprised that he's still not dead yet.
Yes, Master.
Well, karma in hell, he won't give him any leniency. He's supposed to be sick, and his doctors are around him often,
Yes, Master.
flying in from afar. But instead of praying and being repentant for whatever karma or sin he had done, he harms more. He harms these dear people for their antlers. They get the blood from the antlers to bath in it. Imagine how many antlers to fill his bath. Maybe he drinks the blood because he's so thirsty.
Oh my God.
Concerning his sickness, he's really mentally sick because he has thyroid cancer. But he harms the poor innocent dear people to have the blood to fill his bath, to keep taking the blood bath in order to cure his cancer. The more he takes this blood bath, the more sick he will become. The blood and the anguish and the hatred from the animal people who are harmed justly will sink into his brain and make him more sick.
Yes, Master.
The poor animal people, you see this blood-thirsty monster, really. It's just like Pope Francis. He wants to eat the beef steak raw, moo even, meaning they're still alive. The live flesh. Oh, God, disgusting. When will these demons stop harming humanity and go back to their hell? Oh, my God. Demons, they love fresh blood.
2 días antes de entrar al cónclave del que saldría elegido papa, el cardenal Bergoglio comió en la casa del cardenal Javier Lozano Barragán, un viejo amigo muy cercano desde hace 30 años. Siempre comía con él cuando estaba de paso por Roma.
En esta silla estaba sentado y yo les pregunté que cómo les gustaría la carne. Entonces me queda viendo y me dice, ¿qué muja? Yo me le quedé viendo extrañado, ¿qué muja? Dice, sí, cruda. Yo me imaginé que muja, pues me imaginé otra cosa, no como pues así en crudo totalmente. Y ya le fui, se la traje y pues le gustó bastante.
Why doesn't he go out in the field and just bite the cow person? Because it's still mooing. Oh, so ugly and evil. It's not enough even to eat meat. He wants it raw.
Yes, Master.
It's so barbaric, huh?
Yes.
Like the Stone Age or something.
Right.
The pre-Stone Age even, where people still just go bite the animal persons to eat. They didn't discover fire yet.
Yes.
Oh, yep. So now you know he's evil, no?
Yes,
You
Master.
don't have to have inner experience about who he is. Just look at that, and you know it, huh?
Right.
Yes, Master.
What kind of priest who enjoys the freshly killed meat of another living being, creation of God?
Yes, right.
Even in the Bible, God said, I made all the fodder for the animals, and I make the animals to help you.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
He should know that by heart, no?
Right.
Yes, Master.
What kind of BS pop is that, huh? Maybe it's the poop, not a pop. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. It's worse than the poop. Poop people still can use as fertilizer.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
It's harming nobody. But it's the evil that's harming the world,
Yes,
Yes,
right.
harming humanity. And now and then, whenever the situation is favorable, appropriate, or profitable, he will utter something trendy.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Long time since the Ukraine war already, and now finally he says something. And not very, it just says it's like an infantile war, that's it.
Yeah.
Didn't even say anything more than that. Infantile. It's like forgivable children.
Yeah.
Yes, Master.
Oh man, so yucky. I want to vomit whenever I talk about him. Oh, I really have to speak truly. I don't want it in my mouth.
Irina Kostenko wanted to talk about the 10th of March, the day the Russians killed her only son, Alexei. The two lived here just 500 meters from his job, changing tires at a garage.
The pain is so bad.
On her own, Irina buried Alexei in the garden after she'd brought his body back from the road in a wheelbarrow.
I covered the grave with a blanket to protect it from the dogs. He isn't in a coffin. I had to roll him in a carpet.
5 weeks of war, but it only takes a moment to destroy a family. Irina found another picture of her son. This is my love, she said. My sweetheart.
Oleg Shpak takes me into his front garden, where an ordinary family was hit by a Russian missile. His 2-year-old son, Stepan, was buried under the rubble. He fell asleep in bed with new sheets because he wanted to sleep in ones with stars. So my wife did that for him. He fell asleep, and he never woke up again. He was lively and liked to play, but his final days were spent below ground, hiding from bombs. Not in the garden that was tended with love.
All these so-called leaders, they are really so cold-blooded. Like Pope Francis saying that it's an infantile war. How can it be? It sounds like just children's naughty game. It's not a game, man. It's not childish. It is life and death of a nation.
Yes, Master.
All these so-called leaders, they are really so cold-blooded. Like Pope Francis saying that it's an infantile war. How can it be? It sounds like just children's naughty game. It's not a game, man. It's not childish. It is the life and death of a nation.
Yes, Master.
And then another leaders somewhere say, we will not give in to this emotional blackmail, maybe in response to President Zelensky's passionate appeal for help for his people.
Yeah.
My God, sickening, you know that?
Yes, it is.
It is sickening. It's people's, children, women, humans, life and death in front of their eyes. And they call it a children's game, a children's naughtiness, infantile. And the other ones is just emotional blackmail. What BS is that? Huh? What evil talk?
Yes.
All of them.
Yes, Master.
Oh, God. Sickening. It's really disgusting. Despicable.
Yes, very.
Those who've made it out talk of a nightmarish existence. It's hell there. It's hell, this mother tells us. My children's godmother is still there. It's not possible to leave the shelter. There's no food, no gas, no electricity. It's just like Mariupol. Everyone's cut off. They're distraught and terrified. The rituals of death are crammed in between the shellings as those left behind struggle to live. For those here, this isn't real living. It's just surviving.
Our country needs your help. Good luck.
Do they have to wait until the bomb flies on top of their heads or their houses are destroyed, their children murdered, their wives raped, their whole, cities flattened into the dirt? Then they would think twice about saying such evil things, evil comments.
No, I hope not.
It might come to them. As you sow, so shall you reap.
Yes, ma'am.
So cold-blooded.
Very.
They don't have anything more sympathetic or constructive or comforting to say, then they better just shut up. Nobody invited them to say anything.
Yes, Master.
If you don't comfort, then you don't hurt people by words, because that's the kind of war also. People are already hurt, pain, and wounded, and you have to put salt on their wounds.
That's horrible.
So they are horrible inside out. They are just as bad as putting in a different manner.
Yes.
I'm not sorry for saying anything like this. I will say it again, a million times. Don't even feel sorry.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Anything else?
Yes, Master. For the millions of Ukrainian refugees coming into the European Union, the EU has released 3.4 billion euros in funds that can be used by member states for expenses related to refugee health care, as well as housing, employment, education, and social inclusion.
Yeah, they have money. It's no big deal.
Yes, ma'am.
No big deal. They should have protected Ukraine from this fate of becoming beggar refugees. They should have done that long ago, when Crimea happened.
Yes,
Master.
Not now. Now they're just paying for their debt, for their shamelessness, for their inhumane attitude, ignoring the suffering of their neighbor.
Yes,
Master.
I don't praise them nothing. They should have done more than that, and long time ago, when Crimea was taken or threatened to be taken by Russia.
Yes, Master.
They did nothing. They let it happen, and let Donbass happen, and let Ukraine, the whole country, suffer.
Yes, Master.
And then now give some handouts as like a very charitable kind of system. Yeah. I feel sick of all these so-called leaders of the world. They should all abdicate. They should go away, go home, plant their own vegetables to eat. Because now Ukraine cannot supply, or less.
Yes, Master. It's true.
It's so easy for them. They just give land to farmers, make them grow some crops. They don't even do it themselves. That's why they don't know how hard it is, how valuable it is, what the neighbors have produced to feed them, to nourish their children and themselves.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
In Vietnam we say, ăn trái nhớ kẻ trồng cây, nhờ ai vun xới cho mày được ăn. Meaning, if you eat some fruit, you should be thankful to those who planted it and those who are taking care of the tree so that it bears fruit for you to eat.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
It looks like nobody is grateful for Ukraine in Europe. Now they just do some handouts. Of course, they have a lot of money. It's easy to just give money.
Yes, right.
And they probably feel proud helping Ukrainian refugees. My God, heaven sees everything. The weaklings are these people. Just sit on the top for profit and fame. Nothing good comes out of them.
Yes, Master.
I dare say that openly on our television. I'm not talking behind anybody's back.
Yes.
If they don't improve themselves, they should retire. They should abdicate. They should go home, plant their own fruit and vegetables to see if they can nourish themselves without anybody else's help.
Yes, Master.
So that they can be more grateful for what they have had before and be grateful to people who toil day and night for their comfort, for their privileged situation, and for their glorious seat in the world.
Yes, Master.
Shameless. Okay. Next one. Any other things?
Yes, Master.
Tell me.
Adopt Ferry has become a floating hotel for Ukrainian refugees in the city of Marseille in France. A ferry has been transformed into a floating hotel to accommodate up to 1,600 Ukrainian refugees. This floating hotel will be put at their disposal, as well as social aid, healthcare, training, education for children, childcare, and a crash.
Okay. Nothing really can make up for what they lost.
That's right, Master.
Yes, Master.
Their dignity, their peace in their own house, their own independence, and nothing makes up for what their loving family members lost. Nothing. They lost their country, their family, their home, maybe their family members, their children, their wives, their kids, their mother, father. Nothing can make up for this, okay?
Yes, Master.
All these leaders should bow their heads in shame and repent to God. God will not forgive them for ignoring Ukraine's problem ever since it started in 2014 already. Not just now. This is just a continuation.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
And if they don't behave well, if they don't improve themselves, they will be next. They will be the next refugees.
Yes.
Right, Master.
As you sow, so shall you reap. These are weaklings, the spineless. How can they become leaders? I don't know how. All this is just public relations, propaganda, and talk.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
They have nothing inside them. They have no guts, no noble spirit, no protective character.
Yes, Master.
Except for talking and promising, they do nothing good. Just all go home. That's what I advise them to do. Of course, they'll fight to death to stay. They will not go home.
Yes, Master.
Their home is too good. Their home is the palace next to their work. Their home is where their prestige is. They would not go anywhere.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
I'm so disgusted. It's despicable, all these big government leaders in the world. So despicable. Yeah. Anything else?
Yes, Master. A veterinarian from Poland, Jakub Kotowicz, has rescued over 200 cat and 60 dog people from Lviv, Ukraine in 3 convoys. So, yes, that's one positive news from Poland.
Okay.
The next news is the Italian government is ready to rebuild the destroyed theater in the city of Mariupol in Ukraine, which was devastated by the bomb attack. The Italian parliament has passed a proposal to use government funds to rebuild the theater.
Just the theater? How about the hospital? How about the children's orphanage? How about the kindergarten? And how about people's loving homes? Yeah, wait until they are destroyed and then can rebuild. It's kind of too late now, don't you think?
Yes, Master.
Wait until there's nothing left of Ukraine, then they can go in and just rebuild and live in there themselves. Because people will not be there anymore. Ukraine is not Ukraine anymore. Wait then. Why don't they wait until all is destroyed? Huh? And come in and be a good guy. They're nothing better than Putin.
That's true.
It's just a little bit different. I don't look up to them anymore ever. Before, I used to be very respectful of any government leaders and religious leaders, and now my eyes are open. I don't have any more reserve or respect for any of them. For most of them, actually. Most of them. Maybe one or two is still good. There's a joke in Vietnam. There was news all over saying there was a cat person just born. But he always talked. He say, long live such and such leaders. At that time in Vietnam, after the war.
Yes.
Yes.
Long live such and such leader. And then so everybody came and have a look.
Mm-hmm.
Then some more journalists came and wanted to take a photograph and record of the wonder cat person. And when they came, the cat person didn't say anything anymore. So they asked the owner, oh, what happened? Why doesn't the cat person talk? And the owner say, oh, he was saying nonsense when his eyes were not open. And now his eyes are already open. He knows. He knows. He doesn't talk nonsense anymore. Yeah, me too. My eyes are open. Yeah. Okay, next one.
To help increase military aid for Ukraine, the UK has brought together 35 international partners in a conference to help widen military support for strengthening Ukraine's armed forces as Ukraine continues to repel Russian military forces.
Russians are already packing from their key posts. You read that?
Yes.
I read that.
Yeah.
So now it's time to come in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, to share the glory, no?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I did help Ukraine, did I? We did send military help to Ukraine. Oh, that's how they won the war, no? Oh, yeah, have the memorial ready. Plant it in the land, cities, villages of Ukraine when the war is over. Make it ready soon. Yeah, so that they can plant it everywhere in Ukraine's noble land, so that they can tell people and their grandchildren, yeah, you see that? Go to Ukraine and have a look at such and such village. My name was there. I was there. Our government helped. You saw that? Yeah, never forget, okay? Yeah. Your grandfather, your government are great. Write it in the history as well. Shameless. I tell you, all of it, shameless. Before that, England did not even want to take any refugees. Not long ago, almost like after the beginning of the war. And then later they said, oh, okay, help yourself, style. You came to England, you do what you do. Try to survive. You don't know the language, okay. You don't have a house, okay. Your children have nowhere to protect themselves from the rain and the snow and the cold and the fog in England, okay. Everything's okay, do it yourself. Yeah. I told you, they're shameless, the leaders of the world. Now you believe me or not?
Yes, we do.
So I can only rely on heaven.
Right.
Yes.
These worldly people, they are truly a bunch of useless, mindless profiteers. I'm not sorry at all. I don't ever apologize for saying that. Okay, next one.
That's all the good news we have for you, Master, today.
Then it's good. Well, at least there's no bad news.
Yes.
You did well by researching all that. I'm very pleased. Anything you want to ask me or comment on all that, any of you want to comment on each other's news or whatever, tell me then.
There's news that UK citizens want the UK government to do more for the refugees. That's why the government introduced some policy allowing households to host the refugees and give them some payment to house them.
Can support.
And within 24 hours, 100,000 people signed up in the UK. So the citizens themselves are actually more compassionate than the governments are.
Wow, what another surprise. Thank you. Thank you, UK government. Forever in debt, the Ukrainians to you. All right. Of course, humans everywhere are humans.
Yes.
I told you before again and again that the Russian people, they are very nice. They're good citizens of the world. I have nothing against the Russian people. I keep telling you that. Long before we had war even with Ukraine, or maybe in many other lectures before when I first began.
Yes.
I told you I went to Russia, lecture and all that, yeah?
Yes.
But still, I must tell you, before the war, some decades ago, when I went to Russia to lecture,
Yes.
it was still free. Freer than many other communist countries.
Yes.
Yes. And people, I'm not just talking about freedom. The people were very nice.
Yes. Yes.
I told you already that they told me, oh, the bus is right in front of this hotel. You don't have to pay for taxi. It's too expensive. Communist frugality. I stay in a hotel. And they thought maybe to save money, I should go on the bus. And even to further save, I did not pay anything. I forgot. Everybody walks out, rush. So it kind of pushed me out. So I sat in the front. Everyone pushed, and I went out. I did not pay. I haven't been on the bus for a long time. I forgot. But later I made up with a taxi tip. And in the hotel and all that. It's all staying in Russia, so it's okay. If I don't pay one Russian, I pay another Russian. It's okay. I mean, if I forgot to pay a few rubles, and I pay in other areas, then it's okay. It's all in Russia.
Yes.
It wasn't lost anywhere. I didn't take it away. But it was so nice, the reception. Normally, people who stay in hotels, they must have money.
Right.
But still, they try to save it for you. Oh, I never forget. And one time, long time ago, I was with my husband passing by Russia, and they gave me some food. Because at night, all the hotels were closed. Not much, actually, just rice and something.
Yes.
Not much. More rice than something. But still, it was very kind of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
At that time, Russia, I think, was still communist. I think so, no? In the 1980s, 81, 82, it's still communist? Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay. Not yet broken, huh? The Soviet Union didn't yet become partly free.
Not yet. No.
It doesn't matter. They give me food, and that's important. I love food. I love food, yeah. They give rice and some little, very finely chopped cubes of meat on it. But I took the meat away. I was vegetarian then.
Yeah.
I only drank milk at that time because the eggs would repose into me. It tasted so terrible that I could not eat them. And I drank milk sometimes.
Yes.
But I could not drink straight milk. I had to mix it with something at that time.
Yes.
But I hardly drink milk because I never liked it.
Right.
If there is some in the food already, then I took it.
Yes.
If it's in the food, they mix it. You don't know.
Yes.
It don't taste grassy or stomachy like taste from the animal people things.
Right. Yes. Right.
Then I would take it. But rarely, because I'm Asian. I don't really like it. Cheesy stuff. I never had them. When my sister was younger, I had to feed her with milk. And whatever was left over, my cousin, the girl, she took it. With gusto. But I thought, whoa, how can you take that from the stomach of the cow? I could never like it.
Yes.
And then when I grew up in Europe, they mix milk in the food.
Yes.
So I just ate some. Really, I never really liked it. I normally cook for myself.
Yes.
Okay, good. Talking about these refugees from Ukraine, I hope they go back to their own land.
Yes, Master.
Because there's no place better than home.
Right.
Oh, yes.
They're used to it. They're used to their climate, their surroundings, their neighbors, their food grown from their own hands next to them.
Yes.
Locally and abundantly. God bless Ukraine with good soil, good farmers. They cultivate well, they export to the whole of Europe and a big part of Africa, if I remember rightly. You tell me, huh?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Check out all the facts, okay?
Yes, Master.
Wherever the facts has to be checked, because I'm too bundled with work and so much news.
Yes,
I
Master.
spend many hours to research the news. So in case you ask like this, I know how to answer you. But sometimes I can't remember all the numbers
Yes, Master.
or the names of the locals and all that. So please help, okay, huh?
Yes, Master.
I live in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words at the same time. And I'm surprised that I can function. Sometimes I walk like on air, but still can function. I just tell myself, oh, it's only a feeling. It's only a feeling. Don't pay attention. And then I regain my stability physically, and then I continue working. So Concerning all these refugees who have now been accepted by other countries nearby, I am glad, at least in the urgent situation, they have somewhere to rest from anxiety, from fear, from worrying about their children and their future.
Yes.
At least they have food, they have the roof over them, and they're warm.
That's right. Yes.
Because they run with nothing, almost nothing. You saw it on the news.
Yes.
They just run alone.
Right.
Or maybe carry a dog person in their hands, or carry their babies. They don't have enough energy or strength to take anything, and they didn't have enough time to take anything.
Yes, Master.
At those moments, they could not even think, they just run.
Yes.
Yeah, we have witnessed Champagne. You saw them on the highway. Even he has to abandon the car to leave quick. Because it's a big queue at the border, maybe they check,
Yes.
So he has to abandon his car and take some equipment and run with his crew.
Yes.
But imagine he's a privileged person. Imagine all these ordinary men, women, and children and elderly, and even handicapped, and dogs and cat people.
Yes, Master.
Oh, my God. Imagine it's you. Then you know what it's like.
Yes,
Master.
Imagine you have to leave everything that you loved and were familiar with behind, and just run. Don't even know when or where. To arrive anywhere or have any safety or not on the street, on the road.
Yes.
And have nothing with you, and you have your babies with you, and have no milk. Your cat person has no food. Your dog person has nothing for days. And you yourself too are exhausted from the run and from the fear and from the bombing above.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Imagine if you. It's not a movie, man. It is real.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
That's right.
It's true suffering.
Yes, Master.
What else can I do? Gennady asks. There's nothing left for me here. He's walking away after nearly 40 years working as a shoemaker here.
Today, Margarita Prosolovich told us a bombing leveled her home. She and her 13-year-old son, Nikita, now have only the clothes on their backs. It's just impossible to imagine, she says.
In nearby Mykolaiv, a Russian rocket ripped through a government building, leaving a gaping hole and fresh trauma. This woman watched helplessly as her colleague died in her arms.
It's head trauma, it's amputation, traumatic amputation. It's bullets trauma.
11-year-old Milena Uralova lies in a hospital, recovering 9 days after a Russian soldier shot her through the face. This was Milena before Russia invaded Ukraine, flipping and dancing. But now she can barely walk.
Я поняла, что это война. Не хочу, чтобы я умирала. Хочу, чтобы быстрее это все закончилось.
Oh God, how can anyone have the heart to even create this? Huh? And look at that from the screen from afar, in the safety of his bunker, or palace, or yacht, or whatever.
Yes, Master.
So this wicked evil cannot exist on this planet much longer. The less of them, the better. There are less and less already, you can see. But still there are some more wicked. They survived. They're on the top.
Yes, Master.
We will have to deal with them somehow. Heaven has to do it. I have no power. No secular power. But I'm not doing nothing.
Yes, Master.
They just watch and wait.
Yes.
I don't have any physical means or power or ways to do anything. But I have heaven supporting me.
Yes, Master.
And they are not just letting it go.
Right.
I'm worried for the refugees also. I'm worried for both Russians and Ukrainians. Russians, they also becoming refugees now. Many hundreds of them, thousands of them are running away, fleeing Russia to the neighboring countries and starting their life there with language problems, even opening a bank account is a big problem for them because of the language problem. And renting a house or whatever is a big problem for everyone if they leave their country.
Right. Right.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Master.
And they are not even refugees in war, so nobody will help them.
Yes. Yes.
The Russians who flee their country, or the Russians who are fired from their jobs and don't know where the next meal comes from for their children.
Yes.
Like those National Guards that have been fired.
Yes.
But in America, they also fired tens of thousands because of vaccine mandate, or they quit also tens of thousands because they don't want to get the vaccine. They don't know what the vaccine will do to them.
Right.
With so much contradicting information on the internet and from their own doctors and from their own whispering health expert, etc. So they quit in America. A lot of unemployment numbers go up since Biden went into office. Under Trump, it was not like that. It was the opposite.
Right, Master.
That's true. Yes.
He found jobs for them. He found jobs for everyone.
Right.
And Biden, he takes jobs from everyone. Everyone he can. With any excuse. Okay, now we went to America. What for? I'm just telling you, I'm sorry for everyone who is affected by the war and by the pandemic, physically or not.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Because we live not just by the physical body, we also have mental faculties. We have psychological feelings. We have emotional quality as well, all kinds of things.
Yes.
And all this is not better than physical suffering.
Yes, Master.
And then not to talk about if they have to rebuild their life from scratch, from nothing, with the language problem, with their children wanting attention, food, nutrition, and health, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yes, Master.
Some children are in grave danger, but when they run, they don't have insulin or any medicines with them, and don't even know when they can get it. Some just die on the road, on the run. Imagine if you are the mother, or father, or relatives, or brother, sister, whatever, or just a bystander looking at the helpless situation and cannot do anything to help.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
And many Ukrainians living in Russia have relatives in Ukraine who die or who flee or have whatever trouble. And many vice versa.
Yeah.
And also falling out with each other because of political propaganda.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, they go against each other.
Right.
What do you have to say to the Russians who are claiming that the images that we're seeing of atrocities are staged and fake and so on?
Nothing. I will tell them nothing. I tried for the first week to talk to my relatives, to the ones who I know in Russia, and they are completely silent. They have completely brainwashed.
And this rift, I don't know how long it takes for them to reconcile and mend it. This is more difficult than physical distance or mental disagreement about political support or ideological agenda.
Yes, Master.
It's terrible. The families are separated from each other, not just physically, but mentally, psychologically, ideologically, etc.
Yes,
Master.
The war effects will not be over for a long time. The next generation, maybe.
Wow.
Psychologically, trauma, separation in thought, not just physically, in ideology.
Yes.
Breaks families apart, breaks husbands and wives apart. This is another silent war.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
But it's no less damaging than the physical war.
That's true.
This is terrible. War is never good. My God, we have just been healed from all the wars previously, and now start another one.
That's
Yes.
How can humans live like that? How can they survive? Keep destroying everything like that,
Yes, Master.
And even the most essential is food. Also being destroyed or damaged or interrupted or obstructed by the war.
Yes.
It affects many countries. So whoever started it for any reason at all. And there's no reason in this war, so he must be evil.
Yes, Master.
Пристегнуться это, чтобы стекла не попали в спину или в живот. Надо пристегнуться курточкой. Чтоб в курточку попали, а в себя нет.
Я открываю глаза, лежит этот снаряд, лежит женщина, у нее просто, мясо, сапог валяющийся. Вообще, когда я открывала глаза, я видела, как, знаете, нога свиньи летит. Просто, голая нога свиньи. Я для начала подумала, что это, мясокомбинат какой-то животных. Просто туда бомбанула, а потом я поняла, что рядом ничего такого нету, чтобы было мясное. Потом я понимаю, что это человек. И все, у меня истерика, у меня паника. Я смотрю на свои штаны, на курточку, на лицо. Я вся в этом мясе, в хрящах, в крови. Это ужасно.
Черная война и злая война, которая людям не дает покоя. И вот этот дедушка кривой, потому что он не знал, что на Украину нельзя нападать. А его еще президентом назвали. Какой он президент?
Это ты о ком говоришь?
Вот этот президент Путин. Зачем его назвали президентом? Нельзя так просто каждый день устраивать войну.
Просто, може, йому в дитинстві не приділяли уваги. Ми ж нічого не зробили поганого Росії. І я не розумію, чому Білорусь йде до Росії. Ми ж їй зовсім нічого не робили. Але наші війська дуже сильні, мужні. Ми переможемо Путіна. Україна переможе Путіна. Добро перемагає зло. Ось так.
But the devil, you don't have to believe me. You analyze it yourself with your own intelligence. And you know what I'm saying is the absolute truth.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
What for I'm interfering in all this? To risk my safety? Or to risk people hate me? I mean, the ones who don't understand, like with the Russian propaganda, so that maybe they hate me? What for I risk all this physical and atmospheric safety to say all this to you?
Right.
As the trusted teacher, I have to tell you, in case you have any wrong idea in your head.
Right.
Yes.
At least my workers, my disciples, they have to all know the right view.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, Master.
Not that I enjoy doing it. You know what I enjoy already, right?
Yes.
Vegan samosa in Rishikesh. That city is vegetarian, you know? No animal products allowed to be brought in there.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Maybe that's why I like it also.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
And
Master.
next to the Ganges, just a short walk distance down the hills. And the mud house. That mud house is not like all the other mud houses. It is only like 4 rooms. Very neat and tidy. And muddy, of course. And they have a little punching clinic near to it. Chiropractor clinic near to it. And for me, it was free of charge even. Maybe I was young and pretty, so he does that. But I'm not sure he offered it free to everybody. And now that he lives.
Yes.
A lot of Westerners visit there and stay there long. That's why maybe he thinks there he can do something.
Yes.
And then the vegan samosa. Oh, that wonderful, famous samosa from the old little lady. She cooks with heart, I think, yeah? Only one small basket. Maybe 20 samosa the most. I didn't count. I was too worried to eat first, and then I didn't want to look again in case I could not, resist. That's my life.
Master,
Yes.
I read a news in Russia, in St. Petersburg. An old artist about 70-something years old, she was very against the war, and she drew a picture of Putin as the devil, and she went out to the street and protested with her drawing and the wording on her placards. And a lot of people cheered her, supported her.
She's kind of clairvoyant to some degree. But I hope they don't poison her. Or let her language in jail.
Wow.
In Russia, jail is hell too, anyway.
Yes, Master.
They jailed thousands upon thousands already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who protested on the streets.
Wow, yeah.
Very quickly, very fast, so they quell it down.
Yes, Master.
So only the fake news are allowed to broadcast in Russia. That's why some Russians still support Putin.
Yes.
Because they don't look at the other news.
Yes.
Probably mostly the elder generation.
Right.
Those high-tech like me who don't know how to how to use internet or search for any news on the internet. The only reason I can read the internet because of your brothers who has prepared the computer for me a long time ago already, so that I can work independently. He already put an app on it. Whatever is there, I use. Whatever fits, I will need. But I don't know how to make anything new. So I'm sorry for some of the internet companies who keep asking my computer, we promote this and that new Windows, this and that update. Yes or no, I always have to say no. I'm also curious. I want to know what it is. But I don't know, and I don't dare risk it, because if say yes, they will put in a lot of other information, like sometimes I make mistakes. And then if a lot of information, I won't know what to do. I have to call your brother and say, what now? What to do? How to go back to ground zero again? Because I don't know how to get back to where I was.
Yes.
If I push one button, something more comes out. And always yes or no. And if I say no, there's some other thing that already came out. It comes out more. And if I say yes more, that will be doomed. Then I'll be lost.
Yes.
So I'm very sorry. I said sorry in my heart. I'm sorry. I really also want to do something with you, because I'm grateful that you make the app and the internet available for me. But I just could not handle it. I don't know how. I said sorry in my heart, because I always have to say no. And it feels like a very cold-hearted customer. No sympathy, nothing. I always have to say no. But they don't give me any other choice. They should have put there, you are sorry that you cannot. Or you apologize to have to say no. Then I would click on that. But no, they don't give you that choice. Yes or no. Sometimes a little different, more poetic, like accept or decline. I look very carefully, because if I push the wrong button, put the arrow in the wrong area, it might bring out a whole bunch of things that it's like a jungle. I have no idea what to do. It's not just one window that pops out, many on top of each other and all that. You know or not?
Yes.
My God, they don't know such a high-tech like me. Yeah. So I guess many people who are not high-tech in Russia would believe in the government propaganda.
Yes.
First, they would still support Putin.
Right.
Or maybe they are relatives and friends of some of Putin's gang. Or supporters already.
I support Putin. It should have been done a long time ago. My opinion, to protect the Russians, I support it all. Putin is probably a wise man and knows what he is doing.
My opinion, he did right, because the West has gone completely insane. It does a hell of a sin, says all kinds of lies about Russia, and nobody is bombing Kyiv. I don't believe it.
Yet many Russians do not change their mind, despite journalists showing them pictures of bombed Ukrainian cities and completely destroyed homes of civilians.
Of course, I took it very hard at first, because it's our brotherly people, but we are not responsible for it. The bridgehead was being prepared there, a whole generation was raised to hate Russia, the Russians, for many years. Ukraine was being prepared for an attack on Russia. I'm absolutely sure of that. The nationalist battalions and Nazis, they didn't disappear. Actually, Russia is not bombing. It is getting rid of people who have seized power in dishonest way and are terrorizing their own citizens. They are not bombing. They are targeting the wreckers.
Why attack if our people are there? All of our people are there. Ukraine, Belarus. But it happened. I don't know. That's not what they say on the news. I don't hear Putin having deployed troops specifically for war.
And they don't hear it because 3/4 of all Russians learn about the war from the news on state-owned Russian TV channels. That's why they repeat all the narratives the propagandists tell them practically round the clock.
So they go with the flow, huh? Or they worry that the government checks out their internet, so they just have to watch what the government dishes out for them.
Yes.
If people know the truth, nobody would support Putin.
Right.
Yes, that's right.
Or maybe those who support him are his gangs. It's a secret demon gangs. Who knows?
Yes.
Like attracts like.
Yes, Master.
Sometimes they have these secret, of course, supporter groups for the energy support.
Yes.
Just like every government, they have spies and secret agents and all that. Looking around some famous people or famous companies.
Yes.
I would never have thought it possible. I thought, oh, everybody comes in just to find God, to have God realization, to find their own greatness and wisdom. I never thought of any other things. I never thought negatively at all until I was forced to research them.
Yes.
I mean, inside and confirm with heavens and all that. Oh God, it's a shock of my life also. And I still say, oh, let them change. Love will change them. Heavens shake their heads and say, oh no, this won't change. Just like they are spies of the enemy, they don't change.
Yes, Master.
Even though they go into your country and they behave like one, or maybe they are born in your country, but they go against your country.
Right.
That happened also.
Yes.
For money or just for some personal hatred or vengeance or whatever.
Yes, Master.
And they are blind, deaf and dumb to anything else. They just want to destroy the so-called enemy who are their countrymen.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
We have these kinds of traitor agents, traitor spies, all kinds.
Yes,
Yes, Master.
The North works for the South,
Yes.
or the South works for the North.
Yes.
Something like that. I discovered so many. So scary, so scary. So don't ever want to be famous
Yes, Master.
No, we don't.
No, we don't want.
or rich. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
We work anonymously. I just have to be in front of the storm, but you don't have to, okay?
Yes, Master.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you.
I'm the captain.
Yes.
I cannot hide in the basement and let other sailors take care of everything.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master.
Yeah.
We understand.
Captain is responsible, yeah, for the safety of everybody on his boat.
Yes. Thank you, Master.
I'm just telling you all that. It's a very scary world. Many situations, and I was unaware because I never thought negatively of anyone. I treat all equally. You can see that.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
I told you when you're wrong.
Yes. Master.
I praise you when you're right. Equally.
Right.
Yes.
Not because I like you or hate you, nothing. I'm just doing my job, comfortable or not.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I don't enjoy my job either. But if it helps some souls to be free, then I just have to continue.
Yes,
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 Master.
Master.
Hoping one day maybe I can take you to the Himalayas. Dream on, baby.
Oh, yes.
Trên đường.
I tell you, when you're wrong.
Yes, Master.
I praise you when you're right. Equally.
Right.
Yes.
Not because I like you or hate you, nothing. I am just doing my job, comfortable or not.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
I don't enjoy my job either. But if it helps some souls to be free, then I just have to continue, okay?
Yes,
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 Master.
Master.
Thank you.
Hoping one day maybe I can take you to the Himalayas. Dream on, baby.
Oh, yes.
And then you don't just eat vegan chapati or samosa, you can eat soup and dip many of your sandwich in it.
Yeah.
Or half of my sandwich in it because it belongs to master. It must have blessing power. It's a half a sandwich. Have drool in it, yeah. Blessing drool, my drool. Yeah. I can just bite many sandwiches and leave all to you. The rest after I bite. You know? So if I'm too tired or my teeth hurt or something, just put some saliva on it. Then you would like it very much. And the samosa, I will do the same. Every day. Yeah. And we will live in heaven.
Yes, Pastor.
That would be heaven already.
That will be heaven already. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes.
I mean, we live in our own built-up heaven. Yeah. People, if they look on, they will see, what group is that? Yeah. Maybe the fly or the mosquito person also come along and say, oh, it gets crazier nowadays with her. You know, we saw her before walking in the garden, talking to trees and stones. And now she even puts saliva on the sandwiches and everybody just go gaga. Yeah. Before we saw her walking around with this square little black thing and pointing at trees and rocks and bushes and talking to them and saying they're pretty, beautiful and put her hand on her chest and bow and said thank you to the trees. Can you imagine? Yeah. And then now she's doing more crazy stuff here. Yeah, come, all of you come and have a look. And they will not bite us because they're too busy looking. They're enjoying the theater, the saliva theater. Sandwich theater. Yeah. I know you have everything, but you want my half sandwich. Oh, maybe one day you will have it. Yeah, maybe. Just pray for world vegan, world peace, sincerely with me.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
And one day your dream will come true.
Oh, thank you, Master.
Hey, I'm still here.
Hi, Master.
Hi, Master.
I don't know, the phone had problems. Oh, what were we talking about? So I repeat again, samosa. Like a mantra. I don't know. I might disappoint you if we go there because my life might be good for me, but maybe you won't like that style. What will you do? Sit and then go to the Ganges and then go back, sit again and eat just samosa and soup and sandwiches all day? And what else did he want? Vegan pancakes.
Pancakes, yes.
We can fake it. Make chapati and put some, sugar and lemon like the English eat them.
Yes.
Whatever we put on it, yeah. And it looks like a pancake, no?
Yes, Master.
Just different style, different texture. Yeah. You still like pancakes?
Yes,
Master. Oh, yes, we do.
Oh, wow. Okay. We don't have it. Sorry. You know it, okay? But you cannot make it. You can ask for some flour and then make a butter and then fry it. Put some oil in the pan.
Yes, we can.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
And make it one day.
Right, yes.
Yes, Master.
And just put sugar or syrup and lemon on it. Or just syrup. Or just lemon. Yeah. If you forget the syrup, just put lemon. I have a joke for you. In England, they have a railway tea, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Somehow people often make fun of it. Like, it doesn't taste good, yeah? Like, it's too diluted or too... It's not like how you make it at home, yeah?
Right, Master.
Not too tasty or something. So I made a joke when I was in England. I told my friend, one guy went on the train and he would like to have some tea, like everybody else in England. The English people, they drink tea more than the Indians. They just moderate it, They just put tea leaves, the powder, or tea bags into a pot. And then they put it on top of some milk in the cup. And they have it with sugar or not. But in India, cooking tea, chai, is an art. You know that?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, they have to have the right amount of this and that and others.
Yeah.
Many spices are put into it. Yeah, and a little bit of ginger fresh, and then cardamom, and I forgot what else. Not curry. I know you think curry, but not in the tea. Okay, I did not see that. Did you?
No, Master.
No, no curry in the tea, right? In the chai, no. Okay. And some other spices, and they have to boil the tea, the milk first, and then put the tea in it, in the boiling milk, and boil together instead of water.
Yes.
They put the tea in the milk instead of just boiling the water. In England, they cook tea with water first, and they put in some milk. Yeah, and then they put sugar on it. It's a moderate version of chai. Yeah? And they have different names. THảo ầng. Milky tea.
Yes.
Milky tea. In India, they make it more sophisticated. Even if vegan chai, they still put all these spices in it. Otherwise, it won't taste like chai.
Yes.
It will be like English railway tea. So I made a joke. I said to my friend, one guy, he went into the tea department on the train.
Yes.
And then he ordered some tea. And the waiter asked him, "Do you want it with milk and sugar or just black tea, sir?" So he said, "I just want milk and sugar." He doesn't want the railway the famous English railway tea. Mostly they brew it already, put it in a big pot,
Yes.
and they go around, pour it in your cup, in your train compartment. This guy went there and specially ordered just milk and sugar. Yeah. It's my original joke, my silly joke when I was in English. How I even came to that joke, I don't remember. Yeah, because my friends kept telling me how lousy the railway tea is.
Yes, Master.
I never had experience of that. I never went on the train in England. Yeah, bus maybe, but not train. Okay, anything else? Any other pancake story or soup?
No, Master.
That's all, yeah?
Yes, Master.
Good. Did we break the record? No, we didn't.
Far from it. We're at 2 hours and a half.
Only?
Yes.
Wow, what a surprise. Yeah, considering my record of talking. Yeah, I wonder myself sometimes when I sit down in some moments of reflection. I thought, I wonder what became of that girl that I knew long decades ago, before marriage and during marriage and after marriage, even some years up. I never talked. Many people who saw me in India also say she was always quiet. I wouldn't know what to say. And now I talk non-stop, you can see. It's contrary to the person I knew, myself before. In your young age, I don't know, primary school, high school, anywhere, I wouldn't know how to answer people. If they mocked me, or if they slandered me, or if they kept ranting about anything about me, or nothing true, I still didn't know how to answer. I just lowered my head and kept walking. Or that they are doing nothing. Even in the ashram, one person accused me of eating the last chapati, and I also didn't defend because it wasn't me. It was the other guy next to it.
Yes,
Master.
And there were two guys eating some chapati with me in the ashram. Some of those lucky moments when I caught some chapati. And the guy next to me, he ate the last chapatis. And the guy opposite him turned to me and said, "Hey, you are a small girl, but you ate a lot. You ate the last chapati as well." But I didn't say anything. And I thought to myself, if I say no and point at the other guy, then the other guy would be so embarrassed because he did not say anything. That means he didn't want to admit it already.
That's right.
Right.
And if I pointed to him, then he would be too embarrassed
Yes.
So I thought, never mind, this guy, he already embarrassed me. What's the use of transferring it to the other person? So I didn't say anything. Many other things like that. Even during these enlightening journeys,
Yes, Master.
I didn't argue so much. I also wouldn't know what to say, and I also didn't know much about anything to say that I deemed worthwhile or anything. In fact, if somebody told me a lot of things and if I had to answer a lot, I felt very, very tired. Yeah, and I was younger then.
Yes.
And how come I got tired from conversations so quickly? And now you are getting tired because of my conversation. Yeah. I hope not.
No, Master.
You can always say, Master, no, stop it. We have had it, Master, had it. Okay, all right, but it's time to end anyway, okay?
Yeah.
So I didn't break my record and disappointed you. Next time maybe, okay? Next time we'll make it 6 hours. So make sure of our own Guinness record. Okay, my love, God bless.
God
Thank you,
bless,
Master.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you.
Lots of love. Thank you, all of you. In-house, near house, next house, above house, below house, and outside house or no house. Remote workers and everyone who is supporting Supreme Master Television in any way they can, even just to watch it. We thank you all. God bless all of you and be enlightened quick. All of you out there.
Thank you, Master.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank
Thank
you,
Master.
Praise God. Glory to God. And please give us peace, my Lord. Give us world vegan, world peace, and paradise on earth. Thank you. We thank you.
Thank you, God.
Thank you,
Thank you,
God.
God.